Welcome back to Talking Nerds. Yes. All right, we're streaming on YouTube. We're streaming on Twitch. We're ready to go. Although the title looks wrong. I don't know why. It shouldn't be that. But
that's okay.
We'll fix that later. Welcome, everybody. We are here another week. We're still doing it, guys. We're still here.
I'm proud of you guys, honestly.
Putting our nose to the grindstone.
Yeah. We have a well. I'll get into it here in a second. But I'm Nate, aka Biggie. Zach should be joining soon. He's currently working, I think. So, I mean, that's lame, but that's what he's doing. Nick is in Florida right now, so Nick is not going to be on tonight. And then we got Tyler, aka Bluey. Give him the clap.
I get a round of applause.
Yes, you do. And we have a special former guest. I was gonna add the drum roll. I forgot to add it. But a former guest from season 1, going all the way back to season 1, Dryden Glod.
Yeah.
Welcome
Thanks
back.
for having me, man.
Yeah.
I'm excited to be here.
If you couldn't tell from
He's the guy
Dryden,
we call in when we need to talk about Harry Potter.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
If you can't tell.
He's the guy we call.
Yeah, if you couldn't tell from his shirt, that's what we're talking about tonight. So
You guys, you're Biggie, you're Bluey. Let me pop in. I'll be Fizz. Let's do that.
Fizz, perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going
Fizz,
with our game.
perfect.
We always go with our gamer tags. So
Perfect.
this is Fizz. But yeah, like Dryden was telling me earlier, most podcasts only make it past up to like the 21st episode. We're on our 24th episode tonight. So yeah, I mean, come on, guys.
How many times did you get
I do it a lot. I just can't help myself. We'll do that instead. Anyways, we're drinking tonight, as usual.
What are we drinking, boys?
I'm drinking a Bodum, which is an IPA. It's one of my favorite IPAs. It looks like Middle Earth. So
It does look like Middle
I love this. It's a hazy. So yeah, that's what I'm drinking. Dryden, what are you drinking?
I am drinking a blueberry hard cider.
All right.
From a cider here in Virginia called Blue
That sounds
Toad.
really good, actually.
It's a local cidery. They don't sell to stores or anything. You have to go pick it up at the cidery.
Okay.
That's the only place to get it. And I have a subscription to them, so I get a shipment every other month of their newest flavors and stuff.
Nice.
Hey,
So this
Look at that.
is what I'm drinking tonight.
sweet. I still have this. I didn't use it last week. Just a cherry schnapps shooter. I might use it tonight. Who knows?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Otherwise, I am sipping on my good old whole milk. That's gonna be my thing. I think I've decided. Until I actually start getting drinks.
Whole
But
milk boy.
Until
There we
then,
Well,
Whole milk boy.
Zach's
That's me.
thing is he always drinks Dr. Pepper on stream.
Dr.
So
Pepper. Yeah.
Well, there you
he's
go.
a good old Texas boy now. So I guess he's better than us.
You know what? I'm gonna put like a washcloth under on the table here, so because I'm gonna be picking up my can and setting it down so much.
Oh yeah,
You know, it's just gonna sound like that.
That's okay. But
Right.
anyways, so we got a busy week. We've had a busy week. Lots has happened. We've seen a movie. Dungeons and Dragons. It happened like several weeks ago, but we finally saw it. And gotta say, it was a lot better than I thought it would be. But we'll
Especially
get into
with
that.
the comments that the director was making.
Oh yeah. It was going to be basically emasculating men, apparently, but I didn't get that vibe at all. So
No.
I actually really
No,
enjoyed it.
I feel like the only reason he might have been saying that is like because of how much they make fun of a lot of the guys in it.
Yeah,
But I wouldn't
yeah.
call that like emasculating them.
No, I don't think so.
No. So
Um,
before we talk about the movie,
Yeah,
do either of you guys play D&D?
no, I do not.
We're starting in June.
But
Okay.
yes, we
Okay.
are. We are
Okay.
Um,
So your D&D knowledge is
very
low.
limited. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm in a campaign right now with a buddy, and with me, my wife, and my buddy and his wife. Other than that, I've only played like 4 or 5 mini campaigns, so I don't know a ton,
Yeah.
but I know a little bit, so that does
Okay.
help.
Well, yeah, we'll get into that one. So we'll talk about that a little later. But first, before we get into reviews, we also have one news item. But let's talk about our weeks. So Dryden, since you're a guest tonight, you get to go first. So what have you been up to, man?
Oh,
And
thank
you know, you got to talk about every single week you've had since you were last on the podcast.
every single week. All right, let me roll the calendar back on here. No, so last week I got home from Vegas. We had a wedding in Vegas.
I was just in Vegas too recently.
Perfect.
Oh
About a
my
week and a half
gosh.
ago, we had a wedding in Vegas. So we
We're
got
going to the
back
same
last
places
week.
this year.
I think we're just gonna be missing each other by like 2 days.
Yeah, seriously.
Over and over. Got back from Vegas and we're mostly just hanging out. My wife actually came down with something.
Oh no.
But it's just like an ear infection, so she's fine. But she's mostly been at home. Oh, okay. Here are the 2 big things that have happened this last week.
Okay.
One, my cousin, technically my wife's cousin, but my cousin now by relation,
Right.
and her fiance live here in Virginia, and
Is she that sick?
They're-
She's falling over.
no, our cat just knocked
Of
ice
course.
onto the ground.
Classic cat.
Yeah. Which I'll take care of it in a little bit. Huh? Yeah, we started.
Hello, Emily.
He says hi. So anyways, their bachelorette party was supposed to be this last weekend.
Okay.
And all their friends ditched 2 days before.
Jeez.
Literally everybody besides my wife and I said, hey, we can't make it anymore.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible.
Yeah. So we ended up just like taking them out to dinner, and I took him to the shooting range, and she did like a
Nice.
shooting
ranges in Vegas are next level, man.
I can imagine. So we were towards the end of our shooting range thing, and we were shooting 8K, and we had to do it at the max distance. And
Sure.
Have you been to one where they like have the line where the target, comes up?
Yeah.
Apparently, we shot the top of the cardboard a little bit. We weren't very good shots.
Yep.
And on the way back, it fell off and flew off.
Yikes.
And the guy
I've gotten in
working the
trouble a
range
few
got really-
times doing that, but I've never
guy-
shot it off. So.
The guy at the range got really upset at us and kicked us out.
Of course.
And I told the guy at the front desk, I was like, we didn't mean to. And they're like, oh, no, we've had problems with him. We're going to fire him, actually. And I was like, okay.
Oh.
And
Oh.
they, yeah.
Did they let
And
you
they
back
just
in?
let
then?
it- Yeah, well, they gave us 2 free range passes.
Okay.
So we could come back, yeah. Because they were like, we don't want to escalate the situation with a guy who's unstable around guns. So,
Right.
Makes sense.
yeah. So there was that. And then this past week, I hosted a photographer workshop out here in Virginia. So we had photographers come from a couple different states and come join us for a couple like shoots we set up with models for like wedding photography. And we hosted them all at a Verbo out on the lake in the mountains and pretty much did photo shoots and hung out and collaborated and things like that. And that just finished up yesterday. So
Okay.
Nice.
Cool.
it was a busy week.
Yeah. Sounds
Nice.
like it. Tyler,
How about you guys?
What have you been up to?
So I finished another anime.
Of course you did.
Okay, not a
just-
crazy one. It's not that
we got to
one.
tell Dryden what this means.
Oh, okay.
Tyler just got into anime. What, 3 weeks ago?
No,
How many has he finished?
So I started watching anime 2 years ago. I finished.
Hold on.
I finished
We
3
gotta-
animes.
we gotta get the time right.
short animes. I finished.
Get the time right though.
I'm
When
almost
was
done with
C2E2?
Attack on Titan. C2E2 was April 1st. So almost a month
Okay,
ago.
so yeah.
Or about a month. He's watched 5, 6 animes. Not just one season
How-
animes.
How long
4
are they?
to
Like,
6 season
One, two, three,
animes.
four, five,
oh my,
six.
like Naruto
Six.
level animes?
No, not quite
Uh,
Naruto level, but
No.
still pretty long.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's impressive.
So far, it's been Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer, Goblin Slayer, 2.43, which is a little unknown, but it's a volleyball one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did finish My Hero Academia, which was the longest one.
Mm-hmm.
And then this week, I watched and finished 86, which was really good, but they're not renewing it for a second season,
I've
unfortunately.
never heard of that one.
It's really good. It's on Crunchy.
Okay. Crunchy.
So, yeah.
Yeah, he borrowed my
And
Funimation. I gave it graciously to him for
There you
free.
go.
And the thing about
oh boy.
Funimation too is there's no restart button.
Is that
So
like an anime subscription?
it is, yeah. It's
Okay.
not quite as big as Crunchyroll. They have like the biggest library, but Funimation has basically the same ones and it has more dubbed versions. So I'm
Okay.
giving him this. There's no restart button, so he like plowed through Attack on Titan. I'm almost done, but I have to like manually restart every single episode. I did this because I love Tyler.
It's not my fault.
Then I'm like,
It's not my
bro,
fault.
I'm thinking about getting Crunchyroll. Since you're now into
This one's my
anime,
fault.
do you want to split a subscription since you're using it so much? He's like, no,
Sure.
Right?
I'm using somebody else's Crunchyroll.
He just threw you under
Alright,
the bus. Right?
In my defense, I did not ask for the crunchy. Okay. I
The crunchy
texted
was
my
given.
buddy and he was like, "Hey, I think you'd really enjoy 86, which is only on Crunchy. I'll give you my login." And I was like, "Sick." So I didn't ask for it. He
Excuses.
recommended it. So who am I to
Take
say no?
advantage of those things that come your way, man.
Right. Yeah, so
well.
this week 86, I'll give you a little synopsis.
Yeah.
It's a country in war, and there's different countries around them, and the big bad isn't another country. They're called the Legion, and they're automated mechs, like spider mechs.
Oh, that's cool.
Cool.
And it's kind of like Attack on Titan, where there's a downtrodden, outcast group of people who technically should be part of the nation, but they're used as the soldiers in the mechs. And then the actual people of the country are told that they're manless. So
Interesting.
yeah. You see where it's going.
Yeah. It kind of
and
sounds like
it's-
Attack
it's
on
really
Titan, just a
interesting.
little bit
Right,
same
right,
themes.
right. Yeah, so that's kind of it's only one season, and there's so much more in the manga. Apparently, my friend was telling me, but they don't have enough money to do the second season, which is really sad because there's so much more to explore in the world, and it was pretty good. But it is one that you have to kind of pay attention to. There is a
Yeah.
dub, but you have to like pay attention, understand what's going on, because the way that it's shot is like it goes back and forth between, and it overlaps the same situation, but from two different perspectives. So you just kind of have to pay attention to what's going on.
Okay.
But it's really cool.
Nice.
Cool, man.
And then while I was watching that one this week, I started another one on top of it, which is a sub, so I could like kind of get both. And it's another volleyball one. It's haiku, and it's pretty good. It's a little campy, but honestly, the cheesiness is kind of funny.
Yeah.
And I like it. It's going to be a longer one, so it's just going to be like a continual one, not one that I'm looking to finish really fast.
Sure.
For the story, it's just kind of a fun, inspirational adventure type, to see how they progress in high school.
Cool.
Volleyball team. So that's been my anime
Nice.
journey. I just beat Margit on Elden Ring
Yeah.
without Biggie.
Woo! What was that, like 3 or 4 weeks?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
let me just tell you, I beat him without Biggie. We couldn't beat him with Biggie. So I don't know, if that's
Well, when you join somebody's world, you drastically lose.
Oh, I know.
So like a lot of your strength, a lot of the hit power, and stuff. So I'm a freaking Elden Lord 3 times running. Okay, so
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't have room to talk.
I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea what you're talking.
it's okay.
About.
It's okay.
I started
yeah,
gaming. I
played
started
Elden Ring a
gaming
little bit.
2.5, almost 2 years ago, and sometimes I still don't know what I'm talking about.
So yeah,
I
that
fake
was
it.
fun today. Got hype. And then I lost 5,000 rooms because I fell off the edge.
5,000 is
yeah, really
literally
feeling-
nothing for me.
Really feeling the Elden
That
burn.
sounds bad.
Yeah.
The
So, anyways,
extent of my gaming knowledge is
Losing
Fortnite,
something sounds
Mario Party, and Marvel Legos superheroes.
There you go.
you
Not
know,
Harry
those
Potter,
are good.
Lego Harry
That's
Potter.
Oh, I have that one too.
Oh.
I still have Hogwarts Legacy on hold on pre-order for Switch.
It's good.
Oh.
Oh, that's right. It
It's
doesn't come
good.
out till what, June or something like that?
Like
Something
yeah,
like
something
that.
like that.
Okay.
So you'll have a good time.
It's
You'll have
great.
a good time.
Yeah, it's fun.
Don't expect anything out of the story, but you'll have fun playing it.
Yeah.
So yeah, then watch D&D. And I think that's really all I've done this week. The same old working on podcast stuff. Got some exciting stuff coming up.
Mm-hmm.
As
Do you do
can
another
probably see,
podcast, Billy?
I do not. This is the only one.
Okay.
But since I've started this one, I've had a couple people ask me if I could help them with theirs, and I'm not going to be as involved. I'm just going to be like, here's an idea. Try this, But
Giving
I
away
am
our trade
Biggie's
secrets.
on call. No inside secrets. I am Biggie's on call IT guy, even outside of podcast stuff.
I've gotten better though. I've gotten a lot better.
You have. You have.
I'm like totally a boomer. It feels like sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah. But that's also because for me, like instinctually, like last night you were having issues, and I just like knew what to look for, or like the first things that I think of.
Hey.
So like to me, it comes off naturally.
First thing I said on stream though was like, I probably have to update my drivers, so I'll figure that out later. So
I wasn't here for that.
Boom.
Proud of you, Nate.
Hey,
thank you.
Proud of you.
You can call me whatever you
Proud
want.
of you, buddy.
Call me daddy if you want. No.
All right.
All right. It's that kind of podcast.
Biggie Daddy.
Biggie Daddy.
That's been mine.
No. Please no.
Not that.
Yeah. Well,
How about you, Nate?
I've been watching a lot of Attack on Titan. Well, actually, not as much in the last week, but I'm like 6 episodes in season 4. And gosh, dude, this show is so freaking hype. It is awesome. I get chills. I get goosebumps. I cry. I'm like choking up with like, oh my gosh, like it's so good. It's so good. I can't overstate it. I'm so hyped for our anime podcast episode coming up. So tune in if you like anime.
I've really been preparing for that one, as you could tell by the 6 anime that I finished in 4 weeks.
Right. Seriously.
So I've never really been a big anime guy.
Okay.
I've been told a good way to get into it would be Invincible, if that counts. I don't know if that counts really.
It's not an anime. It's more of like a in between of like, it's kind of like it's kind of like Avatar, but it's also kind of just like you ever watch the DC animated movies?
Yeah.
It's a lot like those.
Okay. So my brother's an anime guy. He's talked about Attack on Titan, and he's talked about Demon Slayer.
You should watch Attack on Titan.
Okay.
So
I'll check it
here's
out.
what I would say. I assume you have Netflix.
Yeah.
Okay. Season 1 of Attack on Titan is on Netflix.
Okay.
So if you're interested, I would highly recommend try it out.
Okay.
Then I guess
it'll
you
take
can have
you
my
on
Funimation.
Spread the wealth, but
Yes.
But yeah, so we both watch on dub, right? You watched on dub?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like that one's an easy one.
I'm like a subtitle hater.
Me too.
Because like with my ADHD, when I watch subtitles, I never see what's happening on screen.
I know.
Because I'm sitting there reading the subtitles.
Seriously.
So I can't even see what's happening.
I used to be like that, but when it's in a different language, it's different.
Sure.
Because it's like when you're watching a movie and like say you're watching a war movie and all of a sudden it goes to the Germans and they're speaking German, like you kind of still get the idea, like okay, this what's going on in the scene. When it's in a different language, it makes more sense.
I feel like I'd be worried about not being able to appreciate the art fully if I'm not fully focused on looking at the screen. If I'm half focused on reading, and trying to apply that.
Right.
I would think maybe that would be a concern for me if it was just a movie, but because it's a series and I have so much time to like develop with the characters and the world, it's not that noticeable to me.
Okay.
But like I wasn't an anime guy until the beginning of April, and since I started watching Attack on Titan, as you can tell, like it's just
every week I was like, "Oh, Attack on Titan, it's so good." And then he's like, "All right, I guess I'll watch it." 12 animes later. Well, that Attack on Titan was pretty good.
That was pretty great. All right. I have never heard anybody really talk bad about anime. The only people I've ever heard talk bad about anime are the people who don't watch anime.
Pretty much. And honestly,
there's got to be something I'm missing.
I used to talk badly about anime, and like Dilly hates me for this, but he was like, I don't give him credit for getting me into anime. I give Casey Bender credit because he actually sat down and watched an anime with me. Dilly didn't do that. But
he just sat there.
Dilly was like, you should just watch it. And I judged Dilly for the longest time for watching anime. And then finally I was like, all right, I'll give it a try, I guess. And it took me a few tries to actually get into it. And then I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. And then you're watching it after a while. You're like, all right, this is dope.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I love you, Dilly, but I don't give you credit. Sorry.
I would say like Attack on Titan is a great way to get into anime because you get the perfect mix of story, art, action. Like just everything is so good about it that it kind of encapsulates everything that you'll find in other animes. And then it's a good way to be like, okay, I want to be similar to this type of anime and like kind of fit in your genre of what you're looking for. Because when you open up like Crunchyroll or Funimation, you're like, where do I start? How do I get into this? So I feel like if you just start with the ones on Netflix and then you get hooked enough to want to get like a Funimation or a Crunchyroll, I think that's the best way for me to recommend for someone to start.
For sure.
I'll give it a shot and keep you guys updated.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Love to hear it.
But yeah.
One other thing I forgot from my
week
I wanted to mention. Sorry, I didn't know if you were done yet. But,
No. Yeah, go ahead.
I've been, wanting to relive the glory days of Marvel. So I've been doing a timeline watch through.
Okay.
And I'm about to watch Civil War.
Okay.
And my wife revealed to me that she's never seen Civil War somehow. So
interesting.
Yeah, we just watched Guardians 2. And and Ant-Man.
Has she ever read Civil War though?
No, definitely not.
If she hasn't watched it, it's probably no shot.
But I just finished Ant-Man, and the reason I wanted to bring that up was I remember the first time I ever saw Ant-Man was with you, Nate. We saw it in theaters.
Really?
Together.
That was what, 2015?
Something like that, man.
Was that right before? Yeah, it was right before Civil War, so it was like 2015.
That was 8 years ago.
Holy
we saw it
crap.
In theaters. Yeah.
Dang. That was forever ago.
Yeah, but it was we walked out going, that was better than I expected.
Yeah. And now it's like, man, that's a masterpiece compared to what we're getting now.
Compared to what we're getting now.
The first Ant-Man to this one.
Yeah, this one was pretty rough. It was pretty rough.
Yeah.
Quantumania?
It's so bad, I haven't even seen it.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about it a bit, and I had nothing good to say about it. So
I probably still won't watch it when it comes out.
I won't go too far into it, but I thought it was fun. For me, the highlight was Jonathan Majors. I thought he did some good work.
Get him out.
Get him out of here.
But it wasn't anything to run home about. It's kind of where I was at.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm officially not the only one with dissenting opinions on this podcast.
It wasn't Love and Thunder, so that I was happy.
Ooh, yep. It wasn't She-Hulk
either. It was close from what I hear about.
I rated it just above Love and Thunder. So
really, okay, interesting.
Yep.
Never mind. I could go down a whole thing. This.
I know.
Like
hey, we already had a Marvel rant, but if you want to do Marvel rant part 2, we'll have you on.
Yeah, like I just watched Dark World again, and it wasn't as bad as I thought I remembered it being.
Dark World, yeah, I actually like Dark World. So
I thought I remember because there's this bias against Dark World. And I went back and rewatched it. And I was like, this is actually pretty good. Like
I felt bad for liking it back in the day.
My only bias for Dark World is that I fall asleep every time I watch it.
Yeah.
It's not bad or good. It's just it puts me to sleep. There's something about it.
That was me in Wakanda Forever. I fell asleep several times during that.
Oh,
movie.
wow.
I had to watch it like 3 times and pick up where I like fell asleep or don't remember where I was. I'm not even kidding you. Like 3 times. I had to sit down and try to watch it.
That movie's boring.
It is.
Wakanda Forever?
Boring.
Yeah.
I thought it was okay. I struggled with I really love like the heavy topics they tackled and how they tackled them. For me, it was just hard switching from like death, world peace, and government intervention, and then switching over to a guy with wings on his feet from Atlantis. Like it was just like it was like I was getting whiplash from hard deep topics to like fantasy.
I was getting whiplash from my head drooping the entire time.
My biggest problem with it is forcing female heroes into roles that are already filled. Like that movie just always does that. Like Ironheart, like trying to be a ripoff of Iron Man. Not a fan. There's
not even like paying tribute to him in any way.
I mean,
right.
Ironheart, it's not like it's untrue to the comics. She is a comic character.
No, I'm saying, but in the comics, she's still affiliated with Tony Stark. Like he's
gotcha.
her mentor.
Right.
Whereas
And then
not at all.
Shuri, I liked Shuri, but she's not a good Black Panther. I was not a fan of her having her wrist blasters while also being Black Panther. I was just kind of like, I wish it was like actually Black Panther. Like if
like
she's
Black Panther don't need that.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of.
All right. Well, we could go down this forever.
Yeah, we could do this all night.
Yeah. But yeah, so I haven't been playing a lot of games. I'm trying to get back. I'm trying to get more into Diablo. I played last night for a bit. But I am going to be starting up New World again. I haven't played it since its release, so I'm really in an MMO mood lately. So I'm trying. I started Dark Souls 3, and I kind of got fed up after a bit. So getting back, I'm going to get into New World. Going to be playing Diablo still until D4 comes out, but.
Sorry, Bluey with his milk is just. I love it.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, I was in your stream watching you play Diablo, and you starting to look more like a Diablo player.
Dude, you missed it. I had some big swarms on me earlier, and I was kicking butt. So
You still got to learn how to kite in the rifts. I saw you taking on one at a time, a couple of times, but you're learning. You're getting there.
Yeah. I'm getting used to it.
It's fun.
And then D&D, of course. So we'll be talking about that a little later.
Cool.
But yeah, let's get into our one news item for tonight. It is Diablo related. So we got D4 Server Slam coming up pretty soon, mid-May. I don't know why the screen is so blurry, but it's like super duper blurry.
Is it?
Want to read that out for us?
Yeah, so this is from May 12th. Is it that bad?
It looks like a bunch of emojis, honestly.
It looks like Egyptian hieroglyphics from my angle.
Ew, that's awful. What's going on?
I don't know.
Hold on. Let's see if we could just do a quick fix, because that is a Garbaggio. Well, let's fix this. I'm just gonna do this. Maybe this will be better.
I'm actually not too familiar with Diablo, so I'll be excited to hear about this.
Is that better?
It's not.
Well, technically, there's less colors. It's less emoji-esque.
Less emoji-esque.
Okay. Well,
Here,
you can see the big Diablo 4 right here, May 12th to 14th.
I just sent you in the group chat what it looks like on our screen.
Oh boy.
This is what mine looks like.
All right. Well, this is the first time using Restream. Yeah. But here we go.
Yeah.
That's better.
Yours is better. Yeah, yours is much better.
Okay. Zach is about to join, by the way.
Oh, awesome.
Let's get him in here.
Oh, he says he's got to eat quick. He's got to eat.
Oh, okay.
Never mind. False alarm. False alarm.
False alarm.
So, yes. So there was the beta stream, or beta launch, I guess, earlier. But in May, we're doing the server slam. So basically, you won't be able to pick up where you left off. So it's basically the same thing. But it is for a longer period of time, it looks like, probably. Or maybe it's a similar amount of time. But they're just trying to test their servers out, see how they can handle it with everybody on. But yeah, Dryden, obviously, like I said earlier, I just got into video games a couple of years ago, so I'm new to Diablo as well. But it's an MMO. This one, it's an MMORPG, I guess.
Okay.
So
I've seen my buddy play like one of the older Diablo games.
Yeah.
I've watched him play.
Basically, it takes place on this other world called Sanctuary, and it's basically hell versus heaven, but the archangels in heaven are kind of dirtbags a little bit, and it's basically
so it's like supernatural, basically.
They're partnering up with humans.
They don't look fondly on the people of Sanctuary.
Right. Yeah.
That sounds like supernatural.
So this chick Lilith is basically like Satan, and she's the mother of all the.
Lilith is in it too. Okay,
Lilith.
This is definitely supernatural.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen Supernatural, but
okay.
And then she's got, 3 kids? It's Diablo. He's kind of like a beast demon. Then there's Bale. And then there's, who's the other guy?
I think he should be in there.
Lucifer?
No, it's not. It's not Lucifer.
I know.
Shoot,
Frick.
I forget. It's like something. He's got a title.
Well, he's got a big he's got a big name. It's just also, is it hard to see? There we go. That's a little better. But anyways, so those were all the villains of the bosses of the previous game. So Lilith is the main villain boss of this game, D4, coming out in June. So we've been playing Diablo Immortal, which was their last game. It's the mobile game. Oop, my audio's popping a lot.
Yeah.
It is.
Uh-oh. That's not good. Okay. Well, if anybody in the chat want to let me know how it sounds on stream. But
Yeah, that's a good point.
I just got a
So
new
it's not
mic here.
popping.
So testing things out here this week. So let me know.
Will they be
if
watching on Twitch?
Yeah, Twitch or YouTube. If you're on there.
All right, I have Twitch pulled up, so I'm just gonna mute you guys and listen to it real fast.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah. So okay, go
Diablo,
ahead.
Bale, and her brother Lucian.
I thought there was another one though. Isn't there another one? Diablo bosses. I feel like there's another main boss. Especially in Diablo 2, I think it was, or Diablo 3.
No, Diablo 2 is Bale.
Okay. Mephisto. Mephisto is the other one.
Is it Mephisto?
Yeah. He was the scary looking one.
Oh.
But anyways, yeah, so those I think are her sons. But how am I sounding in
You are not popping at all on Twitch,
Okay, perfect.
Okay,
so it must
it's
be a Discord.
problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so you are good to go.
Awesome. All right, so from May 12th through May 14th, everyone can come to Sanctuary's Defense on all those places, along with co-op. So Tyler, we should co-op actually when we play this.
Oh, we will. probably
And
will.
Casey too. We got to get Casey on.
That sounded kind of. Oh, we will.
No,
I'm always. Oh, we will.
Yeah. I wish I had some sexy music on this. I'll get that.
Wow, wow, wow,
Good.
wow. That's something.
Yep, that's something there. Anyways, so okay, yeah. So what to expect during the Server Slam? Server Slam will give players one final weekend to experience a fraction of what Diablo 4 has to offer, while
Yes,
simultaneously.
Dryden has a question.
Yes, sir.
What is a server slam?
Glad
Not
you
for
asked.
me. Not for
Go-
me, but you know,
yes.
for everybody listening.
A friend who's
Right.
asked.
I'm glad you asked. This is probably the best thing a game can do for itself, especially a game like Diablo 4. They open up their
Okay.
servers to test capacity.
So Diablo's
And the
an
idea. Yes. So typically, like MMOs usually will do a server slam. Competitive games like an Overwatch or a Counter-Strike, Valorant, they'll usually do a server slam. But they don't say server slam. It's usually like the beta kind of treats that. But the idea is to get your servers finalized when you're running the beta, and then test them there so that you have a smoother launch. It's not going to be
Make
perfect.
sure they can handle all the traffic and all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. The problem with it when you do it in the beta is not everybody plays the beta.
Right.
Even the people who pre-order. Like, not everybody can sacrifice the weekend before because they're already taking off work for the launch. So it's like stuff like that. But I think this is a great idea to call it a server slam.
Which we
and
should totally take off.
just pack. I cannot, but
Oh, dang it.
yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm
I
going
probably
to
shouldn't
Morocco.
either.
and
Honestly, I should.
I'm going to Morocco in August.
I'm
and
going
I'll
to-
Man,
take
we're
my
going
kids
all
off
over
to
the
I'm going to
place.
Hawaii and
I know.
Italy this year.
I
You're
know.
going to Morocco and UK.
I know. Yeah.
Dryden's doing all his stuff, literally touring.
Dryden's
Europe.
always traveling, apparently, having fun.
Always.
Yeah.
That's right.
But yeah, so Server Slam is basically just testing the capacity so that launch goes smoothly.
Yeah.
Cool. Love that. Thank you for letting the viewers
Yes.
know.
Yes.
All right. So, so it will be the prologue and the entirety of Act 1. So there'll be a lot. Hopefully we can get through it all.
That is a lot.
Probably not.
How many acts are there, like in a Diablo game?
Usually 5 or
I
6.
guess.
Okay.
And that's
it's
not
like a
even
solid
the beginning of the
20% of the
game,
game.
apparently. That's the beginning of the game.
Oh, yeah.
When you get into the game, is the end game, apparently. So
Yes.
I feel like that's everything now, though. Really, it's like every game is like that now.
Well, Diablo has a great story, right?
Yeah.
But you can't have a game like Diablo with a great story have high replayability, because once you play the story, you know it. So you have to come up with a way to keep people to want to play your game. So that's why they have such an expansive end game.
Okay, so Fractured Peaks, the first zone is yours to navigate as you please. Traverse its rugged landscape as barbarian, druid, necromancer, rogue, or sorcerer. I'm probably gonna do a sorcerer because I did that during the beta and it was pretty broken. So, but I'm doing a rogue right now in Immortal and I really enjoy it, so I might do that as well. We'll see.
You're actually doing not a rogue.
In Immortal?
You're doing a Demon Slayer in Immortal.
Oh, okay. All right. Sure. Fair enough.
But I will be doing a rogue.
Thanks for letting him know.
Yeah, thanks I appreciate that.
Well, it is a difference because rogue is melee and some ranged.
Okay.
Like they can do both. A Demon
Yeah.
Slayer is just ranged.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of want to do. I don't. Magic was dope though, but I mean, I love melee, so we'll see.
Yep.
Okay. For those of you who played during early access and open betas, these may seem familiar. However, there are a few nuances that will be in the Server Slam. So any character progress made during those early weekends will not carry over, and anything you do in the Server Slam will not carry over to launch. Players may level up their characters to level 20, after which you will cease to gain ability points, but you can continue to slay demons and earn alluring gear. The legendary item drop rate has been altered to reflect the drop rate that will be present in the launch of a version of D4. The version available during Server Slam will include all the bug fixes and updates detailed in our open beta retrospective blog. So, yeah, and then there's just some other information details.
It's going to be like an event
Yes.
going on, which is pretty cool. But
yeah, if you're interested in playing D4 and want to get in early, do it. Do it.
do it.
Do it. Okay. What else do we got here? All right, so that's the only news we got going on here.
I did want to say one thing that I saw.
Yeah.
I didn't put it in the notes. Dryden won't allow me.
Then you can't say it.
That's okay. But actually, Biggie might find this interesting.
Yeah.
FromSoft, the makers of
I saw
Elden Ring, your favorite game. They've got a new mech game coming out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Called Armored Core, something like that.
Armored Core 6, yep.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I did see that today.
Well, that was
you
announced
literally
a while
text me
ago.
like, was it? I just saw it pop up frequently this morning and afternoon, so I was like, I'll just mention it. But that might be something that you might see us playing.
Yeah, maybe.
So,
maybe.
I never played an Armored Core, so
yeah. Also, speaking of FromSoft, they did say the DLC for Elden Ring will be probably actually a lot bigger than people think it will be. So whatever that means, I'm excited. So take your time, make it right. I'm ready. All right.
Don't ruin Biggie's game.
Yes. So let's get into some D&D then. We'll talk about Dungeons and Dragons.
Let's.
So, Dryden, you can go ahead and start. Initial
Sure.
thoughts and kind of what you saw in terms of Easter eggs for the actual game.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm sure you guys could have guessed this, but like pretty much all the races
Right.
and things like that were awesome pieces from the game.
Mm-hmm.
My buddy who's a DM who knows way more than I said a lot. There's like when you play D&D, you can create your own maps, your own worlds, but there are some like core base maps and stuff you can use. So
Yeah.
a lot of those locations were pulled from that.
That's what I assumed.
Did you
Yeah.
notice the the Hogwarts
No.
hallway? They were literally in Hogwarts.
Yep.
I'm like,
when they were waiting for him to come up.
yeah, I was like, holy crap,
Yep.
I've seen this a million
I
times.
literally looked over and I went, "Hey, that's Hogwarts."
The heir to the was chamber is whatever, you know, like when they draw on the
Aaron
thing.
Slytherin.
Aaron Slytherin has opened the I'm like, oh my gosh, it's the hallway.
Yeah, I did notice that.
Yeah.
There were even, I don't know if you guys had moments like this. So you're familiar with the mechanics of D&D, you know, where you roll to try to see how well you do things.
Mm-hmm.
There were moments that I think were very clearly meant to represent them rolling well or rolling badly, where like the moment where Chris Pine was just trying to cut his ropes off on a step.
Yeah.
Like I think that was meant to represent a bad roll, where like I try to get out, slip out of my security, and you throw like a 2, and the DM is just like, all right, you start rubbing them on a stair step, you know, and like things like that. And then on the other flip end, where things just worked out way too well, and it was like, okay, they rolled like a 20. On that.
Yeah.
So I think there were moments in the movie meant to represent that, which I thought was really fun too.
Yeah, that is interesting.
That was probably the scene where the brain monsters walk by.
Yeah, and they just walked right by.
I loved that moment. I was like, well, that's
that
a
was
little insulting.
He's like, that's kind of insulting.
I died during like so many parts of this movie, and that was one of them.
That was
good.
good.
Like, so funny.
Yeah. So for the most part, I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was really fun.
Yeah.
There were really my only 2 hiccups with it were, one, I felt like that portal staff could have been used in a lot more situations than it was used in.
For sure.
But obviously, like, it's kind of over. It's OP, so you can't.
Yeah, it is.
And then the other thing was like that whoever that main, I can't remember his name, but the bigger villain above that red wizard who was like, she was like his top henchman.
Yeah. Is it
He
like
shows up in one scene,
setting up for a sequel, maybe?
whispering her out of the shadows, and then never shows up again.
It's like Voldemort.
And I was
it looked like Voldemort.
Like, sure, maybe it was like setting up for a sequel, but I feel like if she was his number 1 henchman, he would show up at the end if she was like defeated or something.
Right. Yeah.
So Emily and I like kept waiting for him to pop out, and then just rolled credits, and we were like, "Oh, okay,
Yeah.
all right, sure."
Yeah.
So other than that, I really liked it.
I loved it. I thought it was really funny. I was even laughing at in the part where like they're doing the 2 fist things, you know, and there's a little basket that rolls by like a tumbleweed. I was dying. And Gracie's like glaring at me. She's like, "What are you laughing for? This is a serious moment." I'm like, "But did you see the tumbleweed?"
But the tumbleweed, it can't be that serious.
I was dying. It was so funny. Chris Pine is just, he never ceases to like surprise me.
He's good. He's good with comedy, man.
He is.
He's good with like that kind of situational. It's almost like no, it's not quite like that. I was gonna say it's almost like a Chris Hemsworth kinds of comedy, but it's really not.
No,
it's more of like I don't know, like he's not trying. Like his character isn't cracking jokes.
Yeah,
but it's like situational comedy where
it's
just
like,
what he says and what he does
well, that's
comes
a little
off
insulting. Like it was just so perfectly timed. It's just like you can see his face be like.
Yeah,
I'm not a huge Chris Pine fan, but I really enjoyed him in this movie.
Yeah. There were other lines too. I wish I remembered, but there were so many good ones. Like, I think when they were like down in like the dungeon, basically, you know, the wizard or I guess he's kind of a wizard. The other guy they were with, right?
The sorcerer, the minor sorcerer, yeah.
No, not the stupid one, but the other guy with the mark on his forehead.
You're thinking of Pedro, like freaking,
Yeah.
that was my wife's favorite actor in the movie because he's
Oh,
in
of course.
Bridgerton.
Yeah, he
Oh
is.
my
Bridgerton.
gosh. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I know who you're talking about. Yeah,
The
he's a
Paladin.
Thayer. He was a
Paladin.
Thayer. He was a
yes.
Thayer.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So he had said something, and I wish I could remember what it was, but Chris Pine was just like, "Yeah, that's not gonna happen," or something like that. It was like he just had those little quips that are like so good, and they were so like
Yeah.
you know, like kind of minor things, you know. So
Yeah.
I think Zach
Or even how
trying
like
to
he
join.
handled the whole. I really wish Jonathan was here to hear this. You know,
Yes.
like running
Yeah.
with the whole like at the very beginning.
Yes,
Yeah,
that was
that
good.
was- yeah.
And then he comes and they like grab him. He's like, "Ah!" That was so funny.
It did get me. Because I don't know the races. When he mentioned like what race he was, I had
Yeah.
no idea. Because
Yeah.
that's like he's like, oh, he's part of this race, yada yada yada. He'll really help us out. It's
The
like
bird
I didn't
guy,
understand that at
Jonathan?
first.
Yeah.
So it really did catch me off guard when he's like, Jonathan, and he's like,
Yeah.
now, and then he like grabs him and jumps out the window. I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
I even
They're
like that from like a story writing perspective, where they like made us
Right.
think he was a friend of theirs.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
But really, it was just like they
Yeah.
wanted to use him.
And then
Yeah.
they were like, we were gonna pardon you anyway.
Yeah.
I saw that coming. I was like, they're gonna do all this, and it's gonna be like, yeah, we were gonna let you go.
Right.
But
Yeah.
no.
And I had a feeling because you saw like the green ink when he stamped it before they said it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Did you say Zach's trying to join?
I thought I heard him trying to join the Discord, but I guess
I thought I did too.
Oh no, that was me. That was
Oh,
me.
that was
Oh,
you. Okay.
okay.
But yeah, so I really enjoyed all the characters too. Like I didn't have any character that I really disliked. Hugh Grant.
Can
was
we talk
great.
about the Bradley Cooper cameo?
Oh my gosh, I was gonna talk about that. Yeah, that was phenomenal. I was like, oh
I
my
did
gosh.
not see that coming.
Stupidest humor. He just pops up and he's just this midget, and
I was like, babe, that's Bradley Cooper.
I loved his like gentleness too, like how like nice he was. And then they
That
just
was
like kind
awesome.
of grab hands at the end.
And then like at the end when there's that
Oh,
other
man.
short person when she's getting the awards,
Yes,
and
and
she's
she's
like,
yeah,
yeah, I guess she's got a thing.
yeah. Yeah, Bradley Cooper was fantastic. I didn't think it would be funny, but I really liked the whole the scene where they're in the graveyard. I thought that was hilarious.
Yes.
I'm like, this is gonna be
Yes.
stupid, but it was so funny.
Yeah,
Again,
that was
it's Chris
fantastic.
Pine made it so funny, and the sorcerer guy, he was hilarious.
Yep.
He was great too.
The dead guy who hit his head on the tub. I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you're bound to have someone who just didn't
Right.
die in the war and has nothing. Like,
Yep.
it's gonna happen. He's like, okay, so after you hit your head, what happened? He's like, I died.
That's
It's
it.
like, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I loved that aspect of like they're handing the helmet off to people, but they were all dying, so they couldn't tell them everything they needed to know.
Right.
So yeah, that was funny.
How did you guys feel about the fat dragon? Was it too much or was it funny? I can't really tell.
I thought it was funny.
I liked it.
I thought it was
but-
funny.
I thought it was entertaining. It was a little on the nose. Like
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the comedy in the movie made sense. Like had a purpose almost.
Yeah.
Like even like with the dead guys. Okay, it's part of the spell. That makes sense. But then for this, they were just like, just make the dragon fat.
Yeah.
So like it was funny and I got a good chuckle out of it. But it felt a little bit more lazy than the rest of the comedy did.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. That's fair. Very fair.
Not that I'm like mad at him for it, but it was like, okay, that's you don't
Yeah.
see a fat dragon very often.
No.
Yeah.
Not at all. Yeah. I really liked
Was there-
the druid. Actually, she was pretty cool.
She was awesome.
Yeah.
I loved her.
I really liked. I love that she was like a worm, at one point, and
Yeah.
I thought I was like, okay, these guys are like total goofballs, but the scene where they like try to get the picture frame in the vault was actually really cool. That was a really good scene.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it was a heist.
There were a couple times
so.
I got confused and I was like, how are they keeping track of all
I know.
this?
Yeah.
Like as the filmmakers. But I thought that was awesome. And then how they boarded it back up
Right.
after
Yep.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
was really cool.
It was dope. So
Um,
well, you were gonna ask a question though.
Yeah, was there anything that didn't happen that you guys thought was gonna happen? Like as you were watching the movie, you're like, oh, you're like, I think this is gonna happen, or I think that just didn't pan out.
I mean, no, I think I felt like it was pretty predictable. Like you totally knew the wife's never coming back. And yeah, as soon as
I wondered about
Holga
that. Yeah.
or is it Holga? She died, and I'm like, yeah, she's they're gonna bring her back for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew. So I didn't know that was going to be the ending until Holga was dying, and I was like, okay, now it's obvious what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Just because it's like the backflashes to like Holga being more of a mother to his daughter than his wife ever was, and like that whole thing with the daughter and Holga's relationship. It just kind of was like, okay, it's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
The first thing that gave me a hint to that too was when the Thayer character was like, "Are you sure it's actually a nice thing to bring her back?
Right.
She's starting a life in another world." And I was like, "Oh no, I know what they're getting at."
It felt like the Resurrection Stone too from Harry Potter, where I was like,
they
don't belong in the world anymore, So
yeah, they've moved on. Let them do their thing.
Right.
It's kind of sad. Like, I wondered if we'd have a moment where she comes back and she's like, "What the hell?"
Yeah,
right. Why, bro? Actually, no. I just remembered. It was the dragonfly scene where she's like, "You just gotta let him go."
Yeah.
That's what tipped me off. I was like, "Yeah, she's not coming back. She's gone."
Yeah.
Yep. I still can't get over the brain thing. I think that's so funny.
Well, that's insulting.
Yeah, that was good. It was good. I'd be interested to hear it from like a D&D player's perspective.
Right. Yeah.
Like someone who's played it a lot longer than I have.
After I played, I'd rewatch it. But
I think that'd be a great idea. I mean, there were a couple little things I picked up, like wild spells. They talked about wild magic in his pocket. Wild magic and when you play D&D, it's just a lot less predictable.
Right.
A lot harder to control, which I'm sure you can get from the name of it. It's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Mimic.
Yeah.
The Mimic, yes. I was like, I played Dark Souls. I'm like, they're gonna do something like that, and they did it.
That's the Mimic,
and it looked like the Mimic chest. So I just got eaten by a Mimic in Dark Souls 3.
What was the Mimic?
So it was like the chest that opens up and it attacks.
Oh, that was okay.
It's like a fake chest because chests are usually loot, So, is it Holga, right? She's the main chick.
Mm-hmm.
I thought she would be like totally overbearing, like kind of a like in your face, type of character. But she was great. She was like, the thing I really liked about it is they really stuck to their. I mean, again, I don't know D&D, but they stuck to their race, and they stuck to their character. Like, it felt like a bunch of people were playing D&D, and it was like kind of like true equality where they're all their own, they have all their own abilities and character traits and everything, and they kind of stick to those, so I really like that. And they were all kind of equal within the group.
Yeah, and like another thing I taught, like when I was talking about how you felt like you could feel the rolls, like if they were rolling well or not. Like when he came in singing on his thing, and it started like glitching out.
That was
and,
so
like,
funny. Yeah. I really like
distorting and things like that. I can feel like that's another example of that.
Of a bard,
That was really cool. But that actually made me laugh a lot too.
I heard this fan theory too that I thought was pretty cool, that since it's D&D, they could keep making these movies with the same cast, and so the cast members are a different character every time in every movie. So it's like a new story every movie, but it's the same exact cast because it is like they're just playing D&D,
Right.
So I think that'd be kind of cool. And then you like switch races and stuff too, So I think that'd be a cool idea if they did something
that'd be funny.
Yeah.
That would be cool. I know.
Have Bradley Cooper keep showing up as a
just in random things. Like that's that friend that shows up for one session. Yeah. That's like, hey, I'm in town. Let me play in the session. Right. Let me show up.
Picks up the same character where he left off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that when they all got cast, all the actors got together and played a one shot together. They did like a D&D one shot, all the main cast, which I feel like is really fun. Just kind of getting into the mechanics of the game and bringing it home to what it's all about. But I'm actually looking at a list right now of Easter eggs for D&D fans in the movie. A couple little things that might not make like as much sense, but like I know there's you can add a spell called Smite to weapons, to weapons, which is not directly told, but showed when they're in the dungeon with the dragon and the Thayer brings out a sword and like puts that gold spell over them.
Yeah.
Over the sword. That's Spite. So like that's like a spell from the game gameplay you can do to your weapons.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
Yeah. When they talk about the cult of the dragon, they're looking at the flashback with the dead people and the people they were fighting that had like a dragon and everything.
Yeah.
They were the cult of the dragon, which is like an evil organization in D&D games that shows up all the time. So there's more things like they talk in here about the mimic. Cursed items obviously show up in D&D all the time, like the helmet.
Yeah. Right.
But the list goes on and on and on.
Yeah, I'm sure it's like similar to Mario, where it's like you got to watch it multiple times, even if you are a D&D fan, just to catch all of the Easter eggs.
Yeah. Apparently there's even a couple actual characters, named characters, that show up in
the Red Wizards
movie.
Also from D&D.
And
that felt super Diablo. I was like, man, this is kind of, it was like the cutscene at the beginning of D4, you know? But,
okay, so in D&D campaign settings, the Red Wizards of Thay are an elite group of mages who rule over the nation of Thay in the Forgotten Realms of D&D. So, yes.
Cool. No, I just thought that the world fit like what I know of D&D, and it stayed accurate to it from an outsider's perspective, sure. But like everything about it didn't scream like, oh, like D&D fans aren't gonna like this, or like
Right.
It stayed very much like within its place of being D&D.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of other Easter eggs, like Simon, the kind of crappy sorcerer, his like great grandfather that he encounters is a character in D&D.
Oh, okay.
Is like a famous wizard in D&D. Another like blink and you'll miss it moment when Chris Pine and Olga are going to get beheaded and they look up and there's like these red crab things that you see for like 2 seconds on the screen.
Okay.
It's just a shot focuses on them. They are creatures called rust monsters from D&D.
Okay.
Just
There's
a
like
bunch
whole
of little things
book
like
of,
that.
like creatures or like beasts,
Yeah.
I guess, from D&D.
Yeah. Or like you can D&D you can have what's called a bag of holding, which means it holds a bunch of stuff. And you'll notice Chris Pine's always handing stuff to the sorcerer and he has a satchel. And you never see him holding the stuff, like he never has it because it's in his satchel and it's a bag of holding.
That's cool.
It's got like expanded space on the inside to hold things.
It's like Hermione's bag, kind of.
Exactly.
You see, I'm making all these Harry Potter references tonight.
It's for good reason, my man.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of things like that that you would just, and it looks like, I'm actually looking right here, a ridiculous yet hilarious Easter egg. One of the other teams that was in the games were designed from the animated Dungeons and Dragons Saturday morning cartoon. So
I didn't even know that existed.
I didn't either.
Cool.
But one of the other teams that you see at the beginning, where they have like a bunch of crappy costumes over on their left, is like the cartoon designs.
Huh.
And
That's
things
interesting.
like that. So just a bunch of stuff like that, which is super fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That definitely adds a lot. So I wish I had that knowledge, but
I think
it's still a great movie for even normies. So
I agree. Right. I think it was important to add those things because if they hadn't, a lot of D&D fans would have been like, "Oh, this is like, could have been so much better." So
right. Yep, I agree. So Zach said he's still going to be a bit. But he does want to talk about D&D. So we'll come back to it later to just hear his thoughts. Sure. So we'll skip over the trailer reactions. Maybe we can hit those at the end if we have time. But we're going to get into the Harry Potter show. So a little precursor. We have talked about this I guess it was last week. I guess we talked about it, maybe 2 weeks ago. Okay. But we kind of gave our initial thoughts. I'm excited to hear Dryden's thoughts. Dryden is a big Harry Potter nerd. A Potter pal, we like to call him here.
Yeah,
big Potter pal.
But overall, like our initial thoughts were, don't change. What? Yeah, it's like, what's the saying? Don't change it if it's good, or
if it ain't broke, don't
if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah. So
if it ain't
Baroque, yeah. I mean, I've been rereading the Harry Potter movies, or books. And I love the movies. I've seen them all many times. They're iconic. The actors who play the characters are iconic. You know, like I couldn't imagine anybody else playing Snape or Harry Potter or Hermione or Ron, even Draco. You know, like Hagrid. Like nobody else could play Hagrid. So it's hard. It's really hard to hear that. Not even 12 years later here, we're rebooting the Harry Potter universe.
Yeah.
So
which made the casting hard too. Like trying to picture other actors in these roles.
Yeah.
Was like when we did our fan casting here, like
right.
like I was like, I don't.
I know, it was rough. So we're gonna talk about it a little bit more, give our thoughts, but we also decided it'd be fun to give our casting for the Harry Potter series. So before we get into that, Dryden, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Piggy. What I will say, I'm sitting here with my Elder Wand. We're ready to talk.
Yeah.
I will say my first reaction was all negative.
Yeah.
Now but let me say, even though it was all negative, I was like, I'm still gonna watch it.
Of course,
which is what they want, you know.
And it is
a proper nerd.
I freaking watched Rings of Power all the way through. I was part of the freaking 30% that watched it to the end.
There you go.
The one time I'm proud to be in the majority is the fact that I didn't finish.
Yeah.
There you go.
So we will endure it through good and bad, but it is HBO, so I'm a little optimistic.
They've done some great work.
They have. House of the Dragon was awesome.
At first I was all negative, but now I see some pros. You know, I'm remembering how much was left out from the books, which I'm not upset at the movies for, because you have to do that. You know, I'm not like, I wish they included this, and this, and this. They just didn't have the time, like the time that a show gives. So there are some pros to that, but to me, they definitely don't outweigh the negatives. One, the obvious one, it's too soon. It's far too soon.
It is way too soon. Yeah, it was 2011 was the last one, so.
From what I'm aware of, their original plan was to make a Cursed Child movie.
Yeah.
And then the original trio said they wouldn't return for the movie. Mm-hmm. So Rupert Grint said he would consider it, but Daniel Radcliffe and Emma Watson said they wouldn't.
Because he's the least successful out of the three.
Yeah, he was like, I need the money.
Please.
Yeah.
Also, I think it was against J.K. Rowling's wishes to make it a movie as well.
I think she wasn't a huge fan of it. Another thing that we're really lucky about, J.K. Rowling has an ironclad contract with Warner Brothers that they can't make a single thing Harry Potter related without her full consent.
Yeah.
So, which is great.
I love that.
So it's unclear as to why those two of the original trio didn't want to return. Some people say it's the drama with J.K. Rowling and all that political stuff. Some say they're just ready to move on from it. You know, who knows? Yeah. But basically, they were like, okay, we can't do a Cursed Child movie. What do we do? For me, I feel like the clear choice would have been, let's create some new content.
Yeah.
Let's do a Marauders series.
I would love to see that. Yeah. That was
not just their parents in school, but then pass that into the First War with Tom Riddle and Voldemort.
The Phoenix.
The First Order of the Phoenix, all that would have been awesome.
It would have been.
Or as
you
I'm
could
sure
have done,
you've also heard a lot of people's...
like House of the Dragon isn't just one little story. It's supposed to be kind of like anthologies, like all the history of Westeros kind of. You could totally do that with Harry Potter. You know, each season is kind of a different time period. You know,
you could totally do that.
Right.
But they're not, because they're not stupid. I'm sure
because they have a giant IP. They want to make money off of it. So
yeah, I think Warner Brothers just hurting for cash. They want to go get their cash cow and start milking it.
Yeah, the way
again.
DC. I mean, they have all these freaking huge IPs and they are losing money. Like, Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, another one I'm sure you've heard is like a founding members of Hogwarts series.
Yeah.
Would have been
Yeah.
awesome.
Yep.
Like a series
For sure.
about the original Godric Gryffindor, Helga Hufflepuff, Rowena Ravenclaw, Salazar Slytherin coming together, founding Hogwarts. That would have been awesome. Because then you would have even had the drama of like sneaking in stuff of like Slytherin building the Chamber of Secrets and having the basilisk and like those callbacks to the Harry Potter movies and things like that, you know?
Yeah.
Could have been awesome. And then, even more confusing, the Fantastic Beast movies are even more recent than the Harry Potter movies, and they take place in the same universe.
On one of the coolest moments in the Wizarding World, too. They totally
So not only
flopped on
were those movies awful,
it.
but the first one was pretty good.
First one was good. Then it just
first one's good.
But they're set in the same universe as the Harry Potter movies.
Right.
So though that universe has been being expanded on within the last 5 years, and they want to reboot the universe. So
and
there's obviously the
no, sorry,
the whole idea. That's
I'm sure you're gonna
soon,
get to it.
You know,
yeah,
too soon. But what were you gonna say?
Well, I was just gonna say, and I'm sure you're gonna talk about it here, but like, there are the theme parks. There's the merchandise. The Hogwarts castle is so iconic. It's even in the Hogwarts Legacy game. So there are, and the world they built is just, it's so immersive, and people just love it. And like, I mean, you can be don't even have to be a Harry Potter fan, and Wizarding World is the most fun place on Earth. You know, it's great.
That was exactly my next point.
Right. So what are they going to do? Are they going to just change Hogwarts? Are they going to use the same castle and just like pretend the other one didn't happen? You know?
The way I see it, they have two options. They either, one, have to redo all of their merchandising and redo all of their amusement park designs.
I mean, that's what
based on the
Galaxy
new designs,
Edge is, that right?
And it's going to cost them millions.
Yeah.
Or they're going to have what I am calling generational confusion, where you have all the kids from our generation going to Harry Potter World and loving it.
Yeah.
And all the new kids that are going to grow up on this show up and go, that's not what this looks like at all.
Yeah.
Or they're going to go into the Escape from Gringotts ride in Diagon Alley, and the actors are in the ride.
Right.
Like, you see their faces, and they're going to be like, that's not Harry Potter. Like, what's going on here? That's not them.
Which is tyranny, you know? It's awful.
Can you imagine people go like? People
it's like liking the sequel Star Wars
to an
movies.
amusement park. Yeah, can you imagine like paying to take your kids to the amusement park and then being like, "This isn't right," and just being sad and confused? Like, so I just feel like it's either going to cost them millions or it's just going to be really confusing, and it's not going to make sense. Like, just from a business standpoint, I don't get it. Not just as a fan.
It's going to do both. I think it's going to cost them millions, and it's going to be confusing.
I'd say just keep releasing the Harry Potter movies in theaters. Just keep doing it.
Bring them back.
You will make millions upon millions of dollars.
You totally would. People would be like,
expanding
in
the
theaters
parks
again? And do like a true midnight release like they used to.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
A bunch of fans can go at midnight and watch it again,
like,
you know?
Yeah, like once a week or something. Like, or maybe even spread it out more than that. Once a month, there's a new Harry Potter movies coming out again, you know? Yeah.
Can you imagine doing that? But everyone's seen it, so everyone doesn't have to worry about like screaming and yelling and being happy when cool stuff happens, and people just go nuts in the theaters. It'd be great, you know?
It would be awesome. And
I don't
like,
think
for some of us like me who never saw them in theaters, get to experience that and get to experience it with other fans for like the first time ever. You know, that would be awesome.
Yeah. Now
I don't think they can change Hogwarts. They can't.
Yeah.
It's gonna have to be it's gonna be the same old Hogwarts with new people in it. That's all this is gonna be.
Right.
I saw this TikTok that was like a pitch meeting for it. And it was like, all right, we're going to do the new Hogwarts. And it was like the CEO talking to the writer. He's like, but, you know, we're going to have to keep the castle. The castle's iconic, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, okay, sure, totally understand. And you know what? While we're at it, the score, John Williams, we ever going to beat that?
That's another thing.
We can't beat that. So we're going to have to keep the music. And they're like, okay, cool. And you know, some of those actors, like I mean, they're too good. So they're like, so we're just doing Harry Potter again with the same people. Yeah, we're just gonna do Harry Potter again with the same people.
Honestly, I would not be opposed. Well, you can't obviously because the kids aren't kids anymore.
Yeah.
But if we could go back in time and make it into a TV show, I'd be all for it. You know, because you could do so much more with the TV show than movies.
It's not the fact that it's a TV show that's upsetting.
Right. Yeah.
It's the fact that it's a reboot.
And
you know.
Yeah. And I didn't even think about that. The music is iconic. It's like changing Star Wars music or changing Lord of the Rings, taking Howard Shore out. It would not be the same at all. Indiana Jones, Jaws, like all these movies have such iconic music.
Top 5.
Yeah.
It's easily top 5.
Yeah.
Can you imagine being top 5 and then who's going to freaking write that?
I don't know.
You know, who's going to have the balls
Is John Williams still alive? I don't even know.
I don't know.
I hope he is.
Let me find out.
If they use the same castle and the same music, I'm gonna be like, y'all are lazy.
Yeah, but they have to though.
Are they though?
People would riot if they don't. Actually? People will riot if they do. It's like just don't make it.
Lose-lose.
Just don't make it. But
yeah, John Williams is alive at 91 years old.
Hey guys, I gotta use the restroom really fast.
Perfect. All right, no problem. So, yeah.
You know, I just I think we got to keep some things the same because it's like Dryden said, you're going to have generational confusion and I think you're going to have it no matter what.
Yes. Yeah.
And then it's going to cost you a ton of money.
Right. Yeah. We're going to take a quick break because I think we've kind of explored these thoughts. We're going to get back into casting here in a bit. So, BRB. Okay. I have it muted. All right, we're back.
Sorry about that, guys. Needed a quick potty break.
Yes. I love how our generation still uses potty. Like, gotta go potty. It's like, oh man, we sound like toddlers, but oh well.
That's all right.
All right.
We're over here ranting about Harry Potter, so
right.
I think
that's true. Yeah, you're right. We do this every freaking week. Okay, so let's get into casting here.
Real fast.
Yes.
One last point I wanted to make that will actually, I think we'll go into casting real fast. A lot of people struggle. They say, "Oh, and they can't do it. The role, the current, it's so iconic." To be honest, I don't entirely get what people mean by that. Like, to me, that's not a reason not to do something because I don't even entirely get it. Like, what does it mean something is too iconic to redo?
Sure.
People redo things all the time, even if they're done really well. Just depends on how long ago it was. But I feel like deeper than that, I just can't pick. I have a hard time picturing other actors.
Yeah.
Other people doing the roles like they did.
Well,
I mean, there's a couple here and there, like Ginny Weasley. I could see being done better.
Oh, for
Ginny is supposed to be like this really ferocious, kind of bold girl that she's just kind of sheepish in the movies.
Yeah.
You know, a couple things like that.
They
I
could have
think I
done
could see
Ron a
being
lot
done.
better. They could have made Ron more Ron and courageous.
A little bit Ron,
than they did in
yeah.
the movies.
And so when he's like,
know.
the whole time.
Well, they gave Hermione all his lines basically. So
Pretty much. So there are a couple things that I think can be done better, but I just have a hard time with a lot of these actors seeing them replaced.
I agree with you on that. Like, it is kind of overused to say something's iconic, but I really truly believe Harry Potter is one of those iconic things. It is timeless in the fact that it's still relevant today. These books were written in the 90s. The movies are long over, and it's still one of the biggest IPs in the world. Still people gaining traction, even despite all the freaking controversy around it. There are so many fans, you know, and it's just it's a good story. Like, these books are so well written.
Yeah.
So I really do think it is iconic. It is timeless. And it'll be around for a long time.
But that brings us to
Yes. So, we decided, okay, it's going to happen regardless of what we think, right? We're not going to influence Warner Bros. At all. They're not going to listen to
just you wait, Nate.
Talking Nerds. We're not that influential, but we decided it'd be fun to cast the characters. Now, a couple disclaimers here. We are not going to cast the kids because the kids have to be new actors, obviously. Just like in the movies, they were just nobodies and they became big because of Harry Potter. So
do you want that to be the case for every kid in the movie or just the original trio?
I said every character. I mean, like we did with the list here.
We didn't do any of the kids in here.
If you have some, totally go for it.
I don't think I do. I was just curious as if you thought every kid in the show should be new actors or just the original trio.
Sure. I also another thing is we can't cast actors who are in the original movies because it would be too much of a tie, and if they're going to play different characters, it would just be so weird seeing them as a different character in essentially the same universe if they're going to use all the same things, right? So it would be
I
super
break
weird.
that rule once.
Dang
but
it.
I think
I do
it's
too.
warranted.
I do
But
break
think
it
it's
once.
warranted.
I break
hope
it
it's the
once.
same one. I hope it's the same one.
I hope so too.
Okay. All right.
It's probably not, but I hope it is.
Oh, boo you. Boo you.
Boo you,
Don't
Nate.
boo me. Why are you booing me? I'm
All
right.
I think I know exactly who you chose to, and I think because Dryden texted me one, so I think it might be similar.
I don't
Maybe.
remember. We'll
We'll
find
see.
out. I don't
We'll get
remember when I texted you.
But we have a big list here, so we'll try to get through most of them. If we can get through all of them, that's a plus. But
That'd be great.
Also, I didn't get everybody. I didn't have a lot of
That's
time
fine.
to do this.
yeah,
There were
So-
two I didn't get.
There were two I didn't get
Bill
either.
Weasley or Charlie Weasley.
okay.
I
Yep.
got most up to 20 because you said that was like the marker we wanted to get to for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
after
did-
that, it's kind of
Yeah, I had a
I
couple
did
at the
like
very end that I
two
did.
of the other ones.
Two at the end. So
yeah.
we're gonna start, of course, with Dumbledore, Albus Dumbledore. This one
Who's
was.
gonna say it? Who's gonna say it? Who's gonna say it?
Well, okay, hold on. I had a really hard time with this actually. I had 3 picks. I have 3 picks.
I
for
got
this
2.
one. Tyler, do you have more than one?
Well, I have one.
Okay, perfect. 3, 2, 1 here. Okay, so
Real fast.
Does
Does
go ahead.
anybody here think that we all have one that's the same?
I don't know if we do. Maybe we do.
I honestly don't know.
I
Maybe.
can't.
Okay.
I'm not
never
sure.
mind. We'll go one at a time.
Okay, I'll just go with my first one here, and we can go around, and then we'll just come back. Me, Dryden, Tyler. Okay, so my first pick was Paddy Considine. I don't know how to say his last name. He was King Viserys in House of the Dragon. He was kind of one of those C-list actors back in the day, but he was so freaking good in House of the Dragon that I could and just him as a Targaryen, I could kind of picture him as Dumbledore looks wise.
He's kind of young.
He's a great actor though. Yeah, but they do prosthetics so well these days. I could
that's
totally
true.
see him as Dumbledore.
Sure.
He was definitely my youngest pick for sure, but he is a great actor. and House of the Dragon kind of proved that for me. So that was my first
Cool.
pick for Dumbledore. Dryden.
My first pick is Ian McKellen.
Yeah, I almost put him on there, but I was like, he's freaking Gandalf.
Can you imagine if the guy was Gandalf and Dumbledore?
I feel like he's a little too old to be it, though. Like he's.
I mean, Dumbledore's supposed to be like 160.
I know, but Dumbledore's
Yeah.
also supposed to be a little spry, and I don't think Ian McKellen is spry anymore.
Well, that was actually a lot of
Maybe.
people didn't like this. But that was my issue with the first Dumbledore.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name
Richard
right
Harris?
now, but the guy who played him, in the
Yeah.
first two, I couldn't have seen him doing like the fight with Voldemort in the Ministry
he was
of
perfect
Magic.
for those first two movies, but beyond that,
Yeah, beyond that, yeah. Ian McKellen's the first of my two.
That's a great
I
pick.
think it'd be awesome.
It
Like,
would be
come on.
cool. It would be cool from a fantasy perspective, but I would just see him as Gandalf the entire time. I would struggle with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So
I think he's such a great actor, but if
Yeah.
if he was at the age he was when he did Lord of the Rings, I would say absolutely he's got to be
Sure.
for sure, and
Dumbledore.
he was
But I kind of agree with what
second choice
Nathan
for
is saying
Dumbledore
right now.
too back in the day, but ultimately Michael Gavin or whatever his name is
Yep.
got it over him. So
So my one and only pick for this, I'll say that's a great pick, Dryden. My one pick is Michael Caine.
That was my other one.
dang, I almost chose him too, but I took him off because I was
I
like,
think he'd be good.
he would
I
be
don't-
really
like,
good. He would be really good.
I think he'd be really good.
But
So, anyways, that's
I ultimately I chose some other guys who I think would be better actors than him, but I almost chose him. Yeah. So I think we can all agree he'd be a good.
It'd
he'd
be
a good
cool
one.
to see Michael Caine doing something a little bit more active. Because I feel like in all the roles I've seen him in, he's just like sitting in chairs and stuff.
Right.
He's also
But-
played old guys in movies.
Yeah.
Like,
Alfred.
like,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but it'd be cool. That was my other one. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. He would be good. Okay, well then I'll just give my last two then here. Brian
Let's hear it.
Cox. Brian Cox is in the he's an up and coming
Oh, yeah.
he's been in
I know
a
who
few
you're talking
things.
about.
He was in Troy back
Yeah.
in the day. He's a good actor, and he might be a little stretched for Dumbledore, but I think he could do it pretty good. And then my last one was Jared Harris, who's Moriarty in the Sherlock Holmes movies.
So he's going to come up a little later in my list.
Ah, interesting.
Oh.
Okay. All right. We'll
Okay.
see. Cornelius Fudge, maybe?
I won't tell you. You'll see.
All right.
But I see what you're talking about. I could see
Yeah.
that.
He
I
could be good.
like Brian Cox too. I think
Yeah.
Brian Cox could actually do that really well.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
Brian Cox? He's not the guy.
He's in Severance, or the new HBO show, the one where it's like
Is-
a dad who's in charge of a company, and his three kids want to take over the company, and they're fighting over who should. Succession. I've heard it's a great show on HBO.
No, oh, he's exactly who I thought he was. He plays William Stryker in X2.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Wow, I forgot about that.
That's
I
who
recognize. I know him
as.
from Troy, honestly, back in the day.
Sure.
So that's a great movie.
Nice.
Yeah. So those are our Dumbledore.
I like
picks.
those. I like it. Let us
Those
know
are
what you
good,
guys
those are
think in
good.
the.
They're probably
in the
gonna pick
comments.
Idris Elba or something. They're
Yeah,
probably gonna go
well,
for the race.
I will
swap.
say that's the one other thing I'm worried about this series, is I feel like they're gonna try to be all inclusive with it,
Right.
and you're gonna have a bunch of not just racial things, but further than that.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
gonna get a little.
There's gonna
Yeah.
be a transgender character for sure in this show.
For sure.
They did it in Hogwarts Legacy. So
Hermione's gonna be
Um,
like a dude, and they're still gonna have a thing for each other.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. I mean, sure. Like. J.K. Rowling is pretty serious about sticking to source
She
material.
is her source material.
And she's the executive producer of the show. So I don't know if they're necessarily going to go super far. She was fine with Hermione being black on
She say
Cursed
that?
Child. For Cursed Child, she
Oh,
was.
she is?
The actress was black
Oh, in the show.
in the
Or
show,
the theater
Broadway
show.
show. Yeah.
The-
So
yeah, the
Okay.
play.
Yeah.
and like Hermione, she could be, but it's like she's very descriptive with her characters. Like, there's no way the Weasleys
Yeah.
are going to be race swapped. I mean, like,
Yeah.
you can't do that. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But I think J.K. Rowling will have her way no matter what. So, all right. So that was Dumbledore.
I'm excited for this next one.
All right. Next one is, of course, Voldemort, the next big character. I also had 3 picks for this one. These
I
two
have
were
two
my
for this
God.
one.
these two were the hardest for me. So
I had
first
one again.
my first pick, which I think maybe we all might have, is
We
Cillian
probably do.
Murphy. Cillian Murphy.
I have him later on the list.
I have him later.
Interesting. Okay,
I have
guys.
him
I
later.
have
Interesting.
him later on the list.
This is gonna be
Yeah.
a good
I can
list.
see that
I think
though.
actually. So
Really, you think he'd be a good Voldemort?
he's a great
I
actor. You said that in a British.
I think
like,
he's-
think he'd be
Well,
good
I know
Voldemort.
he's a great actor.
He is a great actor.
He's a
I
fantastic
can't
actor.
disagree with that at all. Peaky Blinders, fantastic.
Oh yeah.
One of his
oh,
best.
Yeah. He's gonna be a main
So-
character in Oppenheimer too, which I'm super excited for.
Excited
So,
for that.
Yes,
Yeah.
we need to watch that together.
Dryden, if you're in
Um,
town, we should go. We should all see it together then.
Absolutely. When does it come
Yeah.
out?
I think it's June, maybe July.
I am going to be in Chicago at one point.
Actually, I might be in
June.
Hawaii when it comes out.
July. It's going to be in July.
Oh, I think I'm gonna be out of town then.
Okay.
Never mind. But
well, we can still get together to watch it.
yes,
um,
we can.
But yeah, no, I think he's a fantastic actor. I just
He's really
personally
good,
couldn't
yeah.
necessarily see him as Voldemort.
Yeah.
Over
Okay.
my pick at least.
Yeah.
Bluey, you might be on the same page as me.
Uh-oh.
And Nate, Biggie, this might be one of your other ones.
It might be.
But
it might be.
So I have 2. My first one is Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yes.
Almost. I almost. But
Yes,
But
that's
I.
mine.
I thought of some better actors. So, but Benedict Cumberbatch is a great actor, and immediately I thought of Smog. I thought of Smog immediately. And I'm like,
Yeah, like he does
man.
evil great.
he would be, and I would totally be here for it. So that's a good pick. I
And like you
almost
said,
did put him on
prosthetics
there.
these days, like he's already got the head shape.
He does.
Shave off
Yeah,
the nose.
he's got that look.
Right,
To him,
yeah.
You know.
And
Yeah.
I will say there are definitely some things they could improve with the show over with what they did with the movies, and they got to do the red eyes. They got to throw the red eyes in there, because that's
All right,
such
so
a
give me your
major
second
part
one.
of his character. So Bluey, yours was Benedict.
It was.
Okay, yeah, all right.
I like
So-
it, Bluey. We're on the same page.
My second one. Okay, so I kind of broke my rule a little bit, but not really. I chose Mads Mikkelsen, he's Grindelwald.
Yes.
But technically,
I know.
Johnny Depp was Grindelwald. So
I feel like that would
Johnny
get
Depp's the real
confusing.
Grindelwald in my
yes,
mind.
he is.
I think he's a
Insane.
great actor. I just feel like that would get confusing because they both play the big bad.
Yes,
Like it's the
yes.
big bad.
The only thing about him that
But-
he is too calm for Voldemort, I think, but he could be intimidating as Voldemort.
I think though because he was himself playing Grindelwald,
Yeah.
he's not going to be himself playing Voldemort.
No.
Yeah. So like I'd have to see it to be like to really say for
Yeah.
myself like no, he looks like Grindelwald, or I only see Grindelwald
Right.
because like Voldemort's very distinct look and the description in the books, if J.K. Rowling holds to it, I feel like would take that effect away from him. And then we just get his pure acting ability. But I see what you're saying. For me personally, I'd have to see it on screen first, which I know is
Sure.
not going to happen, but that's
Yeah.
just where I'm at.
Right. And then my last pick is Mark Strong. Oh shoot.
Okay.
Did you have another one?
I did, but that's okay. Let's talk about
Okay.
your next one
Yeah.
first.
Mark Strong. Mark Strong is my last one. He was the main villain
Oh
in the
yeah,
first
and
Sherlock
Shazam.
Holmes. And Shazam 1. Yep. He looks
Oh.
like he could be a good Voldemort. And he's a pretty good actor.
I could see
so-
that.
Yeah.
I could see that. This next one, I won't lie. I didn't come up with it.
Okay. You saw it on a list?
I saw it on a list somewhere in the deep ends of the internet.
Yeah.
And at first I was like, and then I was like,
Light bulb.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Oh, yeah. Okay. He's a
So,
little old,
He's
but
a little old, which
He
I'm
could
okay
be a good
with.
Dumbledore, honestly, actually.
He's got the long face,
Yeah.
He does. Yeah.
and we've seen him.
He's a
I can't
great
remember what that
actor.
movie. It wasn't Lincoln, but there was another movie he did where he just he goes nuts and he's like yelling and he's got like that crazy
Well,
look
I
in
mean,
his eyes almost.
Last of the Mohicans. I mean, that's an older
That-
movie.
Yeah,
but
and
that's him.
I feel like he can have that kind of crazy energy, you know?
Sure. Yeah.
That I think to see him take that, but put a little bit of like evil in there would be really cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I think he's a little too old,
And-
but he's I get what you're saying though, for sure.
it would also be a big name to stamp on the project.
Right.
Right,
I feel like a lot of people would be
Well,
like,
that's how
"Oh,
everything
Daniel
is. Everything is big
Day-Lewis."
name. That's what Marvel did. Like everybody has to be an A-list actor, it seems. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old is he? Let's see how old he is.
He's got to be in
He
his
is
60s.
65.
Yeah.
Oh
He's
my god,
65.
you're on top of that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But he's a good actor though, so
I think it'd be cool.
for sure. All right, moving along, we got Snape. Professor Severus Snape. So, I have 2 picks for this one.
Okay, I do too. And to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of either of them.
So, I think most of us
got
are
one.
probably going to have we're probably going to have the same one here. And by the way,
Yeah.
Zach's not making it. But
Okay.
Zach only had one person casted and it was this one, and it was actually the same as me. So,
Is it the one that everyone's casting?
I think it is. It's Adam
find out.
Driver. Adam Driver. No?
A lot of people are talking about Adam Driver. That's one of mine.
Okay, it's one of mine too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Adam Driver.
I get it.
Looks
I
like
totally
Snape.
get
I
it.
get it, but I don't want to see it.
But there's also the question too, though, is in the original movies they had to be British actors, and he is not a British actor.
Exactly what I was gonna ask.
Now, a
if
lot
you
of
think they're
other
gonna
characters,
stick to that rule.
a lot of other actors on here are not. I have a lot of American actors
Yeah.
on here, but
Me too.
I don't know if he could he do a British accent. I don't know.
Do you
I
think they're
haven't seen
gonna
him in a
stick to
lot.
that rule? Because J.K. Rowling's the one who enforced that rule the first time around.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not really sure.
Don't think they're gonna stick to it.
Bit of a whiffle in it, Jake Lloyd.
I do not think they're going to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get it. I get what you're saying. Adam Driver, I think, would be great.
Yes.
I just everyone's talking about it, so now I'm like, no, I want it to be someone else who surprises me. You know?
Yeah. Right.
But I do think he's got that seriousness and.
By the way, Tyler, I like that we can see Twitch and YouTube chats in Restream. That's
Yes.
nice. It's really good.
Yes, we can.
So,
And we can feature him like I just
Right.
did with Jake.
yes, we are professionals now, guys.
We are much professional.
Yes, let's give him a round of applause. Anyways, so so go ahead with your second or with your first pick then, or I guess you.
So
could say
my
Adam.
first was Adam Driver.
So okay, Tyler, you go with your first pick then. Then we'll get into our second.
My
picks.
pick is Tim Roth.
Tim Roth.
Plays Abomination.
What?
Oh, interesting.
Oh yeah. All right, guys, we're going to
What do
therapy
you
session
think?
here.
What do you think? What do
He
you
would-
think? And he's English.
Yeah, actually, that's a great
Right?
pick. Yeah, I didn't even
Thank
think
you.
about him. Wow. Yeah,
Huh.
dude,
I wouldn't be against it.
that's a good one.
And the other question I forgot I was going to ask you guys is, they aged up a lot of the characters in the movies.
Right, I stuck with younger.
Specifically for one reason. They wanted to cast, gosh,
Gary
I'm blanking on
Oldman?
his name. No, the guy who played Snape before.
Oh, Alan Rickman. Yeah.
Alan Rickman. He was the reason they aged up all the characters.
Well, he's perfect as Snape. So
In the movies, all of,
Yeah.
like Harry's parents and the people in their grade, like Snape, were supposed to be like in their 30s
in the books, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
in the books.
Right, because they're 20.
So the question
they're,
is,
what 21? James and Lily were 21 when they died. So it's about 10
so
years
they'd be
later.
like 32.
Good old
know?
Al. yeah, they'd be
old
about
Al.
in
So
their
the
early
que-
30s.
So the question is, are they gonna age him up again, or keep him like Adam Driver could play a younger version, or Tim Roth could play an Alan Rickman aged version?
Yes. And so I
We just have
honestly
a moment.
I thought about that too. So I have a lot. Actually, I picked two actors for most of these characters. So most of
Me
them I
too.
picked a younger and an older actor. So
Oh, cool.
I did have that in mind going in.
Yeah.
Can we just have a moment for
Yes.
Alan Rickman?
Mhm.
Brr, brr, brr. Brr, brr, brr.
All right, you ruined it. That's it. You ruined it.
And yes, Jake,
but
they
it-
are remaking Harry Potter as a HBO Max television
Yes,
series.
Jake Lloyd. They are
Yeah,
remaking
yeah.
Harry Potter. Where have
if
you
you've been living under a rock,
They're making a.
Listen. He's got twin boys.
He
He's got
does.
twin boys. You know, he's a busy guy. He's
Okay.
a busy guy.
F in the
So
chat.
I'm gonna defend him. I'm gonna defend it. F in the chat.
So
So Jake,
Yeah.
they're redoing Harry Potter as a series, basically.
on
Biggie, do we
HBO.
each have one
on
more?
HBO. Yes, for Snape. Yes, I do have another one. It's playoff hockey, yo. What?
There also is playoff hockey going on. So
Oh, and the NFL draft too.
yes,
there
I've
you
been
go.
getting notifications all night.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so my
Anyways.
second pick for Snape was Adrian Brody
Adrian, why do I recognize that name?
because he's a good actor.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about.
He looks like a Snape. He
Yeah.
is a very good actor. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
I know
he
who you're
could
talking
kind
about.
of
I could see that.
he could kind of follow in Alan Rickman's steps. I think.
Yeah.
He'd be a way better
Yeah.
pick than Adam Driver for sure. Adam Driver just looks
And
like
he-
Alan Rickman. So
He doesn't look 50, so it'd be much easier to
Right.
hit that gap of age.
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
I
So he
agree.
would
I
be
can
my
see that. That'd be
preferred.
cool.
He'd be my preferred choice out of.
So that's your number one over. That's over Adam. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
This other one, to be honest, I had a hard time coming with someone I really loved the idea of doing over Alan Rickman. This one I heard somewhere and just kind of thought it was interesting, and I wanted to get your guys' opinion on it.
Okay.
Tom Hiddleston.
I have him later on my list.
Oh, nice.
I think he's. Yeah, I guess. I mean, okay,
I
he's
j-
Loki,
my-
so we know he could play that type of role.
He can play, evil, but the problem is like Snape is very subtle. It's a
Right.
very
It's an in between.
subtle, brooding character, and Loki is not a subtle
Right.
character.
Right. Yeah.
So
Right.
I think he's got somewhat of the look. We've seen him with long black hair before. But the question is, could he dial it back? And there we go. So he wants him as a young Tom Riddle. I think that'd be cool
It's
too.
funny because it's Tom Hiddleston.
Hey,
Tom Riddleston.
Tom Riddleston. Yeah, Tom Riddleston.
Tom Riddleston. I like that actually. I like that better than Snape.
That's funny.
Tom Riddleston.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Moving along. This is gonna be the hardest one.
Oh yeah.
Hagrid.
Yep.
I mean, F in the chat. Rip for what
Yep.
what was the actor's name? But he's great.
Just-
He's Hagrid, and he just died recently. But he had that nice. He portrayed
Robbie
the
Coltrane.
book. Robbie Coltrane, yeah. He portrayed the book Hagrid so well. And so well that the audiobooks use the same voice basically as Robbie Coltrane did. So, yeah,
Yep.
I mean, nobody could replace him as Hagrid, and I think, everybody knows that. But
Yeah.
we got to do
That
it.
being said,
So, I have two picks here, very different actors. One,
Yeah.
I have a comedian here, and I have a serious actor. So here's my
Okay.
comedian one. Nick Frost.
he's on my
I
list.
have.
Oh,
That's what I
nice.
have.
Cool.
He's one of mine. He's
Yeah.
one of mine.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, he looks
Have you
like
seen Hot
Hagrid.
Fuzz?
Yes, that's why exactly
So
what
good.
I thought of.
So good.
Well, because I thought of Simon Pegg. I was thinking of actors. I'm like, Simon Pegg was.
He's later on my list.
What's his face? Headmaster Black in the Hogwarts Legacy game. Phineas.
Oh,
Black.
was he?
He was Phineas Black.
Phineas
In the
Black.
game. He
Nice.
voiced him. And then I was like, okay, that reminded me of Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead. And I'm like, Nick Frost. Holy crap.
Yeah.
And he looks like he could be Hagrid, I don't know if he's the best actor though in the world, but Hagrid doesn't need to be a crazy good actor, So
Yeah.
Right.
yeah,
Cool. So that was one of mine. That was my
choice.
second pick.
Okay.
First pick. Like I said, it's hard to replace
It is really hard. Yep.
Robbie Coltrane. But my first pick was John Goodman.
I thought about him, but he's way too old.
You think he's too old?
He's way too old. He was in the Big Lebowski.
I mean,
man.
he was around back when the Chamber of Secrets was first opened with Tom Riddle.
yeah, but he was a teenage. Well, yeah, I guess you're right.
He
I don't know,
was
but
there.
John Goodman
So-
is
I mean,
old.
he's only 70.
That's way too freaking old.
I'm just saying, with technology today. Okay, with technology today,
Michael Cera. Oh man, that's good.
I just gotta real quick. This is the quality of our chat. I think it needs to go away. I know. I think with the ability of technology today, I don't think age is that hard to wipe away.
Yeah.
I don't even think he's that old in the things I see him in now. Because you think about all the hair and the beard stuff, you don't see a lot of those wrinkles with all
Right.
that stuff he's gonna have on.
Right.
So I think he could do the gentle giant justice.
Okay.
I can see it.
That's just like your opinion, man. That was kind of the dude. I was trying to do the dude. But... All right.
Kind of your opinion.
Move on,
dude.
Biggie.
Oof.
Who's your
All right.
next one?
Tyler, you chose Nick Frost, right?
I did.
Okay. All right. So my next one was Vincent D'Onofrio,
Oh, really?
the Kingpin. So
Yeah. A little short.
he's a good actor.
I feel like he's really serious.
Oh man, you know what? I think I might
I
know
could
your
be
second
wrong.
one. Or wait, no, you already told your two, right, Dryden?
Yeah, I did too.
I also just thought of the guy who played Hodor could be good too. In Game of Thrones.
Hodor.
Hodor.
Oh, sure.
He could be good,
Hodor.
but he kind of reminds me of Vincent D'Onofrio. So,
Yeah, I can see that.
yeah,
'Cause
he's
I mean,
a good
Bobby
actor.
Coltrane wasn't a real big guy either. They made him taller. And,
Right. Exactly.
And
I feel
with
like
some camera
Vincent
tricks.
D'Onofrio, he's a little too serious of an actor,
Yeah.
in my
I guess
opinion.
that's true.
I feel like,
give him a chance to try something new.
sure,
Again,
I
I
guess,
don't-
but
I
I
don't
just
know if
feel
we-
like he's always serious. That's in my opinion.
Yeah.
There is an actor out there who could do it probably just as well, but you're never gonna make anybody happy. So it's gonna be hard.
No.
It's gonna be a hard cast.
Yeah.
So
We're gonna be saying that at the end of every one of these characters.
Yep.
no, I think most of these
All
you could
right.
recast. So all right. So getting into the like kind of secondary characters, we got Professor McGonagall. You got 3 picks for this? Really?
Got 3 picks for
Whoa.
this.
Wow. Okay. All
And
right.
one of them breaks the rule.
It does. Dang it.
Oh,
You better not choose Maggie Smith
Uh-oh.
again though,
No.
because I mean,
This is
she was a
not where I'm
great.
breaking
She
the
was a
rule.
great McGonagall,
Right.
but
This
There are
is
other-
where I'm breaking the rule. I'll
there are
let
other
you go
actresses who
first.
could play it. So okay, my first choice was Emily Blunt.
Oh,
Okay.
I have. Do I have
I
her?
could see that.
Do you have more than one, Tyler? Or did you? You're just saying you have her later on?
No, so I have her somewhere else. For me,
Okay.
I
you
can see
almost
that.
said exactly what I said. Emma Thompson.
That's breaking the rule.
That's my breaking the rule. That's my breaking the rule.
Oof.
Oh,
Come on,
so there you go. I'm
So
breaking the
she
rule
plays
twice.
Professor Trelawney in
She does.
Oh,
Prisoner of
that's
Azkaban and The Order
Yeah.
of
Yes.
Phoenix.
Yeah.
But the thing is, she's so unrecognizable as that role.
Yeah, that's fair.
That nobody
Yeah, I
would be
actually
like,
didn't
wait a
even
minute,
know.
that's Professor Trelawney.
I've seen the movies so much I didn't even know. So I broke
Really?
the rule.
Wow.
twice.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
My bad.
So Emma Thompson
That's
was
okay.
my number 1 pick.
She's a good actress, so yeah. But Blunt is good. Thank
Meryl Streep. Jake Lloyd says Meryl Streep.
you, Meryl Streep. You know what though? I almost
Actually, not bad. not
almost chose Meryl Streep, honestly, but
So
It's better
Emma
than his
Thom-
Michael
yeah.
Cera for Hagrid.
I love Emma Thompson. She's just got that energy, you know.
she does. She's
Yeah.
good at. She's a
That
classical actress too.
that mom energy.
Down bad for McGonagall.
All right, I got 2 more. How many more you guys got?
I just
That's
got one
fair.
more.
Go for it.
This is going to be kind of a lesser known one. So, sorry, I was about to do that. Michelle Fairley. Now, you might not
You
recognize her by
almost
the
said
name.
one of mine.
Okay. Michelle Pfeiffer.
No.
We're just going to be having the hots for McGonagall.
So Michelle.
Michelle
what was her name?
Fairley. Michelle Fairley. Fair and then Ley. She played Lady Stark in Game of Thrones. She's got
I see her.
the
And I have known her in
sternness.
some other things too.
Yeah. And actually, I guess this is kind of breaking the rules because she was actually played Hermione's mom for one scene in Deathly Hallows
Yeah,
Part
that
1.
doesn't count.
But it doesn't really count.
I know her from Suits, the show Suits.
Okay, got it. But she's got that sternness. She's basically that character in Game of Thrones, so I think she would be flawless as McGonagall.
Yeah, I think she'd kill it. Michelle Obama.
Michelle Obama.
I could see that. That'd be cool.
Yeah. So
That'd be cool.
Mhm.
We lost Bluey.
we lost Bluey. That's okay.
Okay. Do I just keep going?
Yeah. So that was your only 2 picks, or you said you had a third one?
No, I've got 2 more.
You got.
I
you got-
never said. I only said my one.
You only said
which
your one.
was
Okay. All right.
Emma Thompson.
Okay.
So next one is Helen Mirren.
I almost chose her too, actually. Yep.
Helen Mirren. I think she could do it well. I've seen her as a lot of like spiteful old lady stuff.
I just
So I
thought
need more
she
like
was
a
a
gentle
little
heart.
too old. Because, yeah, I hear what you're saying. And
Well, and it's gonna be a 10-year series, so she's got to be able to last through
right.
that.
She's got to live. She's got to be living by the end.
I hate to say it.
Because
but-
hopefully, like, that was one thing about the movies is they had to recast a few characters, you know? So
Yes.
it'd be better to not
Yeah.
have to do that.
Yeah. And then my third one, which, hey, there he is.
Did you see Michelle
I was
Obama?
listening the whole time.
Okay,
I just
cool.
had to go to the bathroom.
Did you see Michelle
my
Obama?
third one,
From James?
which is
I did.
this one's a little bit,
Edgy?
but Michelle Yeoh.
Obama. Michelle Yeoh. I don't know who that is.
She was the lead of Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh. I
She
thought-
won Best Actress this year at the Oscars.
can see
Yeoh is her last name.
Yo.
Yo.
Yeoh.
Oh,
think
yeah.
if they-
She's in like she's like the Asian lady in every movie, basically.
Yeah.
She's in Shang-Chi. Isn't she in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
No, that's a different actress, but I know who you're
That's a
talking
different
about.
one. Yeah, you're right.
That is, I know who you're
So
talking
our
about.
first
She's in
race,
Avatar:
our
Way
first
of
race
Water.
swap
She's
of
in
the night.
Shang-Chi. She's in Crazy Rich Asians. She's
Yes.
in.
Yeah.
But I think if they wanted to
Little
like
typecasted,
do things
don't
a
you
little
think?
differently,
Oh,
and
Ming Na Wen. Ming Na Wen is Agents
Yep.
of S.H.I.E.L.D.
yeah.
Sorry.
I feel like if they were trying to do like a little bit more inclusive, mix things up a little bit, I think she could do a really good job at it.
Yeah.
So
She's a
I think
good
that'd be
actress. I like her. Okay, cool. Sirius Black. You got two. I also have two. So I have a young and an old. This is kind of where I started doing. I guess.
Louis, do you only have one for everything?
Yeah, I keep it simple.
I'm proud of you. I couldn't decide. I'm too indecisive.
Me either. So I guess Emily Blunt was younger. Michelle was the older. So my first one, the younger Sirius Black, is Aaron Taylor Johnson.
I have him later.
Okay.
I
If
can
you
see that.
saw-
I can
if
see
you
that.
saw-
I get it.
Bullet Train, he looks like Sirius Black in Bullet Train.
Yeah, it's a good look.
I can see
Yeah.
it. I can see it.
He can pull
I
off
can
the
totally
long
see
hair.
that.
So-
Bullet Train was so good. We
Oh
should
my
review
gosh,
that movie.
I love that movie. Yeah,
That's a
Anyways.
good.
I reviewed it
Anyways.
last fall actually, but
Sad. That's
yeah,
okay.
it's a good movie. It's a good one.
But I see it.
Mhm.
I see it.
Yeah,
I can see
Yeah. My first pick is Kit Harington.
I almost put him on here, but I was like, he's kind of a bland actor. So like, I love him as Jon Snow, but Jon Snow is kind of bland. So
Luckily, Sirius Black doesn't show up too much. He
True.
shows up in the third,
But a
he's
lot
a
more
little
in the-
bit around in the fourth, and then he dies in the fifth.
A lot more in the
Spoiler
books,
alert
though,
to anybody who hasn't.
he's more of a main character in the books though than they portray him in
True.
the movies. So
For sure. For sure.
True.
he's always in
Yeah.
like talking to him in the fireplace. So there are a lot of scenes with him in the books. So
My pick, Ben Barnes.
I almost had him too. Yeah,
Ben Barnes.
I was
He was
this close to
Prince-
putting him in there at
Prince
the end.
Caspian.
and decided not to.
Oh yeah,
Prince
yeah.
Caspian.
He's really good.
I
in
would
Also
want
Shadow and
him
Bone.
in like I would
Shadow
want
and
him in
Bone,
like a
okay.
Marauders series or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. He is young. He is young.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit too young for the 30s. Well, how old is he actually?
He's
He's
late
41.
30s. Oh yeah, early 40s, I guess.
He's 41.
Oh my god.
maybe not.
He
He looks
so
young.
actually, he'd be great.
he was really good
Yeah,
in
I-
Westworld, the HBO Westworld show.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So.
But I could see
So
that.
that's my pick for series.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like that. You have another one, Biggie?
Yes, my older one is who actually I prefer is James McAvoy.
I have him later too.
Okay, he's a good actor.
Hey, at least I
At
like
least we're
how
all
like,
kind of on the
sticking
same
to
vibes here. Yeah,
I like
Yeah.
it. We're on the same vibes.
yeah.
But yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
I like it.
He's a
Not
great
as much as my
actor.
choice.
He's
I
also
mean,
Which
I've
is the
only
other role I'm
seen-
gonna put him in. But I
I've
can
only
see
seen him as like a bald, short-haired guy, so it'd be interesting to see the
Yeah.
crazy.
what in
Whereas
Split.
Yeah, split.
Whereas
Didn't you ever see Chronicles of Narnia? Yeah, come on.
Glass.
That's where
Come
he
on,
started.
Yeah, I
Nate
saw
was Nate was James McAvoy on
I was.
stage.
I was Mr. Tumnus. That's true. Goat boy, they called
That's
me.
true. That's true. That was so long ago. I forgot about it.
I know. That
Oh.
was
Oh,
forever.
man.
So my other choice, which was less of a choice and more of a discussion.
Also, he was Professor X too.
Correct. Yeah.
Yes.
Oscar Isaac.
Hmm. Here we go. Isol, let's go.
Go,
Oscar
go,
Isaac.
Go. Nice. Oscar Isaac showed in Moon Knight he can do that kind of more like when he's one of the characters, a little bit more
Moon
serious.
Knight. Oof, that was a rough one.
He can do. I liked Moon Knight. Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right, pause.
Let's take.
Okay, now keep going. Take a deep breath. Hey, this is the second time you've gotten kicked off this episode.
I know. 3 strikes. And
You're
I'm
too.
out.
You're too woke for talking nerds. Get out of here.
right.
No. So
we
Oscar
like dissenting
Isaac.
opinions.
I love Oscar Isaacs though. He's a great.
Do you think
actor, so.
What do you think about him as Sirius Black?
Yeah, I could see it. He's a little too old, I think, though. But again, if you're going for the older,
Sure.
I could see it. He's
Sure.
got the gray hair.
I think he's a little too
naturally, so.
goofy.
Did you see Dune?
Yeah.
He's great in
Not
Dune,
yet.
and he's a serious actor in Dune. You should watch Dune. That's
I just-
a phenomenal movie, by the way.
I know I need to watch it. It's on my watch list.
There you go.
Yeah.
But
so he plays a
just
serious
from
character.
What I know now. Okay. Okay.
So,
All
yeah,
right.
that's a good pick, though. All right. Next is Remus Lupin. So again, I have two actors. I have a young and an old. So my young is Nicholas Hoult.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I was like, let it click. Yeah, there it is. Okay.
Yeah. And he's played a beast before.
That's true. That's a good point. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of those actors who's kind of, I'd say he's not. Kitty.
This is Loki.
Loki. Nice. I wish we had. I need to update my soundboard. I have to have an but oh well.
Aw. So yeah, I can see that. Nicholas Hoult.
Yeah, Nicholas Holt's a good actor. He's often a B-list type, but I don't think I've ever really seen him as a main character necessarily. But yeah, I like him, so I think he'd be a good one.
Cool. My number 1 is James McAvoy.
Ah, there you go. Okay, yeah, he would. Yeah.
I feel like we've seen him do Ernest before. He can do Ernest and Heartfelt.
Mm-hmm.
But we've also seen him with the physicality, like Split.
Yeah. That's true.
To do things like with the whole werewolf aspect of things.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I feel like I could totally see James McAvoy playing like that uncle character that he kind of is to Harry.
Yeah.
You'll probably laugh,
Fair.
but I'm going to follow up with another actor who played a beast, Robert Pattinson.
So you're breaking the rules.
Cedric Diggory right
I am.
there, though.
All
I
right,
am.
Cedric Diggory. Interesting.
Yep.
Tell me about it. Like, I want to hear your defense.
So, I don't know, like, I feel like, well, one, I loved the new Batman. I
Yeah.
thought he was excellent in it. I don't think he's, like, by far the best Batman or anything like that. Like, not to offend Biggie, who's a huge Batman guy.
No, it's okay. I have a
But
lot
I thought
against
he was
that
a
movie.
really good Batman, and I was skeptical
Skeptical.
of him because, Twilight cheese, right? Like,
Yeah.
He's kind of got like that playboy vibe around him.
Yeah.
And he like actually surprised me and was a great actor in that movie.
I'll be right back.
And
Sure.
so I think he can get that heartfelt love that everybody has for Lupin across in a way that is unique. And again, obviously I'd love to have the original Lupin because he was so good. But I feel like Robert Pattinson would be a great
Yeah.
transition from that.
Yeah. I mean, I think that'd be really cool. I can't really say I don't think he could do it or not because I didn't think he'd pull off Batman like he did. I'm not a huge Batman fan. Sorry, let me phrase that. I'm not a huge fan of the Batman. I have a lot of issues with it, but I do think he did better as Bruce Wayne than I expected.
Right.
So, seeing him tackle another thing that I've never seen him in would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
for sure. I know.
I had a
Nate's
beer
got
just
note that-
explode. So literally,
Oh.
it just exploded. It had a slit in it somehow. It was like,
Oh yeah.
I was like, what? It's like a
I wish
ranger up
did we
here.
get it
So,
on? Is it on stream?
I don't know, maybe, but it's like, yeah, everything's sticky and covered in beer now. So I'm just gonna clean up quick, but keep talking. Everything's sticky now. It's great.
Gotcha.
Oh, fun.
Hopefully your equipment's okay.
Oh yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Who's your next pick?
Okay, we're
my next. Oh,
we're still talking about Reapin, right? Or Remus Lupin.
Reaping. Yeah.
I'm all screwed up
talk about
now.
reaping.
Yeah, we're talking about Lupin.
Did you give your pick, Tyler?
I did.
Who was it again? I
Did you
missed
not
it.
hear it? Robert
No,
Pattinson.
I was cleaning up my beer.
Cedric Diggory.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I did say. Yeah, you're okay. Makes sense. My second pick, my older pick, is Tom Hiddleston, actually, who you said earlier.
Nice.
I think he plays that calm character a lot. So I think he could be a really good Lupin. So
Interesting.
Yeah.
I can see that. Cool.
yeah.
What are your thoughts on that, Bluey?
I can see it. I can see it.
The
It's-
silence
it's
is
just
telling.
like- Well, Lupin is my favorite character
Oh, okay. So you have
in
high
the book
standards.
and the movies, so I have some high standards. And
Yeah.
I know I'm the one that picked Robert Pattinson, but you
Yeah.
know, like this is the one where it's like I want someone to be so good at it that they blow me away, but the standard is just so high. I know no one's
Yeah.
gonna hit it, so it's just kind of like just pick someone, you know, like
Yeah,
it's not gonna be the
absolutely.
same.
It's not going to be quite the
So,
same. Yeah, he that guy
no.
killed it.
Oh, for
Um,
sure.
So my next choice for Lupin is actually Andrew Garfield.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think Andrew Garfield, obviously British, but has shown a ton of range, and I think he could totally pull that off in a way that would be super interesting to see on screen.
yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah,
For
I
sure.
like
yeah.
it.
Those are my thoughts. What'd you say, Biggie?
I said for sure. All right, I'm
Yeah.
gonna clean up the rest later, but I got all my electronics at least.
I do got to use the restroom real fast. So sorry,
Okay.
guys. I got a
Yeah,
small
no, go
bladder.
Nope, you're good. You're good.
Oh my gosh, what chaos! We have chaos. happening.
Chaos on stream.
Oh man, I am sticky and I smell like beer. It's like a normal Friday night for me, you know.
Oh yeah.
Alrighty, hold on. Just want to make sure the beer's not still pouring everywhere. So okay, next we got Mad Eye Moody. This honestly wasn't too difficult of a one, actually, I thought. So my first choice, I picked two older guys for this one. So my first one is Tom Hardy.
Oh,
So I really like Tom Hardy as an
Ooh,
actor.
what did I miss?
We're doing Mad Eye Moody now. So
Okay.
I picked Tom Hardy as my first choice.
Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. So
I tried to
he would
squeeze
have-
him in somewhere.
yeah, I mean he's a good actor.
Yeah.
But the reason I chose him beyond him just being a good actor is he's got that gruff feel to him.
Yeah.
So I think he would be good at kind of being an intimidating Moody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
So my Mad Eye Moody is a little bit more based on the look. But
Okay.
this is where I put Jared Harrison.
Oh, interesting. Yeah,
I
okay.
felt like Jared Harris had kind of some of that similarity to the previous Moody.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
also has shown some of that grit before. So I thought
Yeah.
he could kind of pull that off in a cool dynamic.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, you're right. Yeah, definitely. I was thinking he's kind of like a very serious, like kind of like upright actor, but I guess he could. Yeah, he's a good actor.
He could
He's kinda-
grunge up a little
yeah.
bit, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's the only one I had for this.
Okay.
So I
Cool.
picked someone a bit older, just because Moody does have a wobble. You know, he's kind of,
wobble baby, wobble baby,
he-
wobble.
you know, like I don't think he's that young. In the
Yeah.
books, I actually don't know what his age is. Do you know, Dryden?
I'll check.
Okay, you can check. But who I picked was Charles Dance.
Yes, I was trying so hard to put him on this list somewhere. I think I did actually. I did put him somewhere, but I thought maybe him for Dumbledore at first, but he's kind of plays like kind of the.
So wait,
dark
who'd you
villainy
say?
Kind of guy. Charles Dance.
Charles Dance.
Charles.
He's
He was the Hand, right? Or
well, he was at one point, yeah, but he's
I
see.
he's Tywin Lannister in Game of Thrones, yeah.
I haven't even seen much of Game of Thrones. Sorry,
Okay.
guys.
Well, he's a good actor. He's a really good actor. He's more of a classical type actor, so yeah.
It looks like the jury's out on this one.
You don't think so?
No, in terms of Mad Eye Moody's
age. Yeah.
There is like
I mean, he's
there's like
76.
there's like
but-
an anywhere from 60 to 80 kind of thing.
Okay, so I'm
Well,
right in
and
there.
that makes
I'm right in
sense
there.
for Moody too. He doesn't want anybody knowing anything about him, so
yeah.
there you go.
Yeah. Oh, I
They
think
don't give
Charles
it
Dance.
clear.
Charles Dance would be a good Mad Eye Moody.
Yeah, I like that.
Very cool.
All right, next. Oh,
Okay.
my second choice for Mad Eye Moody actually it was Andy Serkis.
Oh, cool. I have him
Yeah.
later.
Okay, we
Nice.
look at us. Um,
That'd be cool though, because like
Yeah.
he showed that grittiness as in the Batman, like kind of
Right.
that older. Yeah,
he's such a good method actor that he would totally.
I could
fit
absolutely
deep
see
into
that.
movies.
That I would actually be totally okay with that.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, cool.
all right. Next is Lucius Malfoy. I have one pick for this.
Now, the only reason I didn't pick my main pick for this is because you said no repeats.
Yeah, you were gonna
Yeah,
say Tom
I had
Felton,
to
right?
change.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say Tom Felton,
Of
Yeah.
course.
but I went with two other options for this. So you
Okay,
go
all right.
go ahead, Biggie.
Cool. So my one and only pick is Matt Smith. That's one of your picks.
Mhm.
Okay, I think he would be.
That's my
perfect.
number one pick.
That's why I didn't pick anybody
House-
else. I'm like, yeah, House of the Dragon. He's freaking amazing in House of the Dragon. So,
Yeah,
yeah, I was like, he would be awesome as
that'd be cool to see.
Lucius. So,
Hmm.
yep,
Yep, I
he'd
like
be
it.
very sly.
My other pick besides Matt Smith was Cillian Murphy.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
A little different, you know. He is obviously a little shorter too, but I just
Right.
like he's got that like dick energy.
Big
You know?
energy.
Yeah,
That I
Little
feel
dick, but like acts like yeah.
yeah, you know, that I feel like that just like sly jerk energy that he can pull off that I feel like would be kind of cool to see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
Mhm.
It would be good.
Yeah.
My first pick is Idris Elba. No, I'm kidding.
I was like,
Uh,
we're going for the target.
I'm going for diversity points.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
There we go.
All right.
No, so this one you probably won't agree with, but I just want to see him be blonde because he's always bald, and I think he could do a decent job at.
It's my brother Zach.
I know he can be serious, but I don't know if he can necessarily be evil or sly. But this is what I got: Jason Statham.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting.
I know it's interesting.
I
I know it's
wild
interesting.
card,
That's why I chose it.
but- No, but you know what I mean. I just
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
I would like to see him with long, luscious blonde hair and see how he goes.
I think that'd be fun.
Cool. Yeah,
So-
I like it.
Anyways, that's
I
what
dig
got.
it.
I like it. Who's your other? Do you have another one, Bluey?
Tom Felton was the honorable mention.
Of course. I mean, yeah, he
Yeah.
would
But I
be
wasn't going
great.
to say
but-
it unless someone
can't
else
I feel
did.
like if one person's gonna come back, it's gonna be him too.
Oh, for sure, because he
he's
loves
still
Harry
like
Potter.
releasing. Yeah, he's still releasing books about it and going
Yeah.
to like events for it and stuff. If
Yeah.
anyone's
Yeah.
gonna come back, it's gonna be him.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right, so
All right.
that was a fun one. Next two. I guess the next four I have one pick. So Molly Weasley's the next one. We can go through these
Yeah,
pretty
I
quick.
got one pick. Yeah, I got one
So
pick,
I have Jenna Fisher, Pam from The
Oh,
Office.
cool. Yeah.
That should be kind of fun. She'd be a
Cool.
nice,
That would
a
be
nice
fun.
Molly, and she
Yeah.
could
That's
also
like my
have that
Jason
kind of
Statham
angry.
wild card.
She can also be kind of angry too if she needs to be, So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think she
Uh,
would have trouble with the sternness of Mrs. Weasley. But I
I do
agree
too.
with the rest of it.
yeah,
but I
Yeah.
agree
Sure.
with the rest of it.
I picked Alex Kingston, who plays River Song in Doctor Who. I don't know if you've gotten to the one David Tennant episode with River Song yet. She's in one David Tennant episode, and then she's in several Matt Smith episodes.
Okay. I don't think I have.
But she's a very loving, but also very like
Was this Karen Gillan?
formidable character.
Oh no. Okay, never mind. Yeah. All right.
No, look her up. Take a look at her. I want you to
What's
see
her
what
name?
she looks like too. Alex Kingston.
Alex Kingston. Okay. Oh. Okay. Yeah, she looks like Molly Weasley.
Yeah, I feel like she's
right,
got the
she's
look. I
got the
think
look.
when you see her in Doctor Who, I'll be interested to see what your thoughts are on that too.
Okay. Yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah. What about you, Bluey?
I got Kate Winslet.
Oh yeah.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
I think she'd be. I mean, she's played a redhead before, so she's got that under her belt.
I know we didn't
true.
have
but I
this on
think-
here. Go ahead. Sorry. John Krasinski.
Yes, that's for your Jenna Fisher pick.
There you go. Yeah.
A redhead John Krasinski. Is there a role he can't play?
No.
No.
Um,
Well,
I
Marvel
just
doesn't think
Kate
he can be
Winslet-
fantastic because they killed him.
Apparently.
Right. I think Kate Winslet can get the uptight, angry Molly Weasley down really well.
Yeah.
But I don't know if she can get the motherly side, like the soft, like to Harry. But I think what makes Molly Weasley an interesting character is that she is so motherly, and then she turns into Mama Bear. And
Right.
so maybe it'd be interesting to see Kate Winslet try to pull that off.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Cool. All right. Arthur Weasley. Oh, actually, I guess I did have this guy on here. Simon Pegg. I chose for Arthur Weasley.
I have him in another spot.
Yeah. Well, you said that earlier. But
yeah.
he's redhead already, and he's a great
Yeah.
actor. He can be really kind and funny. So I think he'd be a great. He'd be a great Arthur.
Cool. I like that. I have Martin Freeman.
Oh yeah. He's a little too short. Is that
That's
what
what I got.
That's what you got too.
They can
Okay.
work. They can work with that.
Yep.
Yeah. I guess so.
I think he's got great dad energy.
He's 5'7". Okay, it's not that short. How tall are you?
Me? 5'9".
I'm 5'8".
Okay. I'm 6'4", so
Yeah,
Oh.
you're freaking easy.
I think he could. I think it'd be really fun.
yeah, I did
I
too.
think he got that. He could do that like that innocent,
Well, let's see.
little-
For me, how tall is Kate Winslet?
tall.
Your wife's gonna
she?
see your search history. How tall is Kate Winslet?
How tall is Kate Winslet?
She tall enough for
She-
6'4"
Oh,
Tyler?
she's 5'7". She's 5'7". They're the same height.
There we go.
You'd
I
have
see
to pick two actors who'd worked well
Similar.
together. So ultimately,
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know if they'll pick A-list actors. We'll see.
Yeah, I like Martin Freeman. I think it'd be cool.
Yeah.
But I have nothing for Bill Weasley. I didn't get any.
Yeah.
neither.
So Bill. Okay, I guess I'm the only one then. I chose Jamie Campbell Bower, who was number 1 in Stranger Things.
Oh.
He's
Oh.
He's blonde, but he
I know
could
you're
totally
talking
good.
about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought of him for a couple. Some people want him as Voldemort.
Yeah, he's a little too young, but he
I agree.
He looks scary
But I don't
enough.
want him as Voldemort.
He looks scary
Yeah.
enough in you know how tall I am, Dilly. I just said it. 5'9". The whole world
Oh, hey,
can
it's
know.
Nathan Dilly. How
I'm
did I
average.
Just get that?
Yeah.
You're average.
You just got
Are you
it.
Pretty
average?
average.
Are you average in
pretty
all
average
respects,
guy.
Nate?
Um Yeah, so
cool. I like it.
Yeah, I think he'd be great. But in Stranger Things, actually, he did kind of have that sinister look. He'd be a good Voldemort if he was a little older. So,
Yeah.
all right. Next is Peter Pettigrew. This was a fun one, actually.
This was hard.
This was
So
difficult, but ultimately,
I
I
only
really
wrote
liked
down
my
one.
choice.
But
Yeah.
there's a ton I love the idea for.
Okay.
Like there's a ton I love.
Yeah,
the
I only
idea
chose one as well. So we'll see. What
for.
about
I'll
you,
be
Tyler?
interested to see what happens.
Did you get only one?
I only have one.
Okay.
I only have one.
So mine is Paul Dano.
Me too.
Yes.
Yes!
It's so good, right? Like,
Yeah.
if you saw him as the Riddler,
Yep.
it fits. You know, he'd be perfect. I think. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honorable mention for me. I didn't write him down even, but I just remembering him now. I
Yeah.
can't remember his name, but the guy who played Penguin in Gotham.
Oh yeah. He'd be
Ooh,
good too.
Yeah. Just like
Yeah.
that squeamish kind of coward
Yeah, a little mouse,
vibes,
little
you know.
ratty. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Paul Dano was my number one. Yep.
Yeah. Cool.
Love it.
Nice.
Tyler.
Will Poulter.
Oh, the eyebrows guy.
Yeah, eyebrows guy.
guy.
Eyebrows guy. He's got that squeamishness to him where it's like he's kind of shady. You know,
Yeah,
like
he-
when he's a good guy in a movie, you don't trust him.
The
Like,
thing
Right.
is, like, we couldn't have like Adam Warlock, Will Poulter. We need like we're the
Right.
Millers.
Yeah,
Adam Poulter.
you guys are
Right,
getting
right,
paid.
Yeah.
you guys are getting paid? Yeah.
So, but yeah, I get you.
Yeah. And he's like 30, so he kind of fits like the Marauders age
Yeah.
esque. But yeah.
He would. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Cool.
I'm excited for this next one.
All right. Next is James and Lily Potter. So combo here. So I picked one each. So my James is Darren Criss.
Which is who?
He's kind of a smaller actor. He was in Glee back in the day, but I think he looks like James Potter. And then my Lily is a little more famous. It's Karen Gillan. So
Okay. Yeah. Nice. Oh, I know Darren Criss. I think he's in he's in Glee.
Mhm.
I think he's in as he's a guest star in an episode of The Flash.
Oh yes, you're right. He is. Yep, he is.
He's like that musician character or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He is.
Nice.
But yeah, cool.
Yeah. So Karen Gillan would be awesome as Lily. So
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'm not gonna lie, I have trouble with her as an actress. I love her in
Doctor
Who, but for me, her Nebula's a little stale. She's probably my least favorite Guardians character.
did you see the new
She is a stale character though,
scene,
anyway.
the first
That's
F-bomb
true.
in Marvel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Push the button. I can see you're pushing the keyhole.
Open the window.
All right. Now what? Open the door.
My James and Lily Potter
Porter.
are
Harry Potter. Just put your knife in the goblet of fire. The one thing they'll hopefully fix.
Yeah.
That one line.
My James and Lily Potter are Aaron Taylor Johnson and Elizabeth Olsen.
Okay. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Elizabeth Olsen.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
I mean, obviously
Yeah.
they played brother and sister in Marvel, but they played a couple that they were filming at the same time.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
another
yeah.
film. They were a married couple. I don't remember the name of the film, but they were a married couple. And I think just Aaron Taylor Johnson looks like an awesome James Potter. Like I think he
Yeah.
would look super cool as a James Potter, shaved, unfortunately. And then Elizabeth Olsen, I think would be great with him on that.
She's too bad, to be honest.
She's too bad. to be
like
James
she's
Potter.
too
No,
bad, or
that's
like
why-
she's too bad.
No,
Like-
she's too bad. But honestly, though,
bad.
that's.
I wish I had
that's
sex
why,
music.
That's why Snape. That's why Snape be chasing her. You know?
That's right. That's why. Come on, that would
It's
make
Lily
sense now. If
Potter.
Elizabeth Olsen was Lily Potter, then we would get why Snape was after her.
Honestly, why not?
Yeah. So I've got Emily Blunt and Cillian Murphy.
Okay.
Wait.
Cillian Murphy?
Oh,
is
sorry.
James
For some reason,
Potter?
I was just thinking of Lily Potter, and I was like, Killian, what?
Yeah. I've got Emily as
He would be
James
a
and Cillian as
bad
Lily.
Potter.
Like I said, diversity points, boys.
Yeah.
Okay. I like to think that this is a safe space. I don't. Like that.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
But that's okay. I think everyone's entitled to their opinion.
That's funny. Oh gosh.
That man chased that to the grave. Snape really chased Elizabeth
Seriously.
Olsen to the grave.
All right. So for this next one,
All right.
I was having a hard time with it.
Yes. So
And then I got
Bellatrix Lestrange.
flooded with ideas. And I have
I'm just here for
four
I'm here
for
for
this
ideas at this point because this is where I ended.
Okay.
one. Okay, I have
this
four
is-
for this one.
4. Okay. All right.
Mhm.
I don't have that many. It's dying breath. Nice.
What you got?
Rebecca Ferguson. So she is in Mission Impossible, Ghost Protocol, and Beyond.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yep. I think she'd be really good.
Should be cool.
She's kind of more low key though. That's the one thing about her.
No, Jake, they did not smash canonically. Canonically, when they were in high
Did
school,
Lillian
they got
snap?
canonically when they were in high school, they got in a fight and Snape snapped and called her a mudblood.
Yep.
And she got super offended and never forgave him. And
Said,
then
"Okay,
went
thank you."
and smashed James. So you're good.
Okay, thank you. He just had to clear the air. He just had to clear the air.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I like that.
So that's my first.
That's cool. First one's okay. I don't know. The's a chance you're not gonna like any of these picks.
Pick. Genuine
But
question. Yes.
First one's Florence Pugh.
I have her on my
Because
list somewhere.
I'd love to see her play crazy. Like I feel like she could do Unhinged really well.
Mm-hmm.
We've never seen it really, but I feel like it'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
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 So that's one of 4.
Okay.
Blue, you don't have anything for this one, right?
Oh wait, no, I do have someone for this one.
Yeah, you should get through
Keira
20.
Knightley. Keira
Keira
Knightley.
Knightley.
Interesting.
Weird.
I think she can go crazy.
Think
As
she could go
Bellatrix?
nuts.
She strikes me as the crazy type.
Fair.
I think she. Do I want to see her go crazy? Maybe, but I think she can go.
I mean, she was crazy on that. Yes, as Bellatrix, Jake. She was crazy on that island with Jack Sparrow. That's for sure.
Yes, she was.
So,
Okay, interesting.
Amber Heard.
Yep.
Yes, that's perfect.
Awesome.
Make Johnny Depp Voldemort. Bellatrix like
Bring
in
him
love
back
with
since he
Voldemort.
didn't get to finish out as Grindelwald.
Yeah, that's funny.
All right, who's your next one, Biggie?
My next one is Eva Green. She was in the first Mission Impossible, actually, with Daniel
I
Craig.
recognize that.
She looks like Bellatrix, so
There we go. Oh, I know who you're talking about.
yeah.
Yeah, she's
So-
in Casino Royale.
And she's kind of got those crazy eyes, just a little bit.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I can
I
see
can see
that.
it. Yeah. So those are my 2 picks.
Nice. My other 3 are Margot Robbie.
She can go crazy.
I feel like
Bellatrix
Margot
craps
Robbie
on Harry's
could
back.
do could do crazy well with that.
I think. So.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, for sure.
That'd be kind of
And
cool.
She's Harley Quinn, so.
Yeah. Anya Taylor-Joy, I feel like would be kind of cool.
Oh, yeah. I
I don't see her going crazy like Bellatrix though.
Yeah, I know who
Maybe.
you're talking about. Okay. She's got a creepy. Yeah, she's a little. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Did Dryden freeze?
I think we lost him.
we
Yeah,
lost
he
him.
froze.
I thought he was just kind of like judgmentally like, how
Yeah.
dare you? How dare you not agree with my pick on this? All right, he'll be back. Oh, there he is. Where'd you go? Oh, he's got to join Discord. No, you're still in Discord, right? Anyways.
Sorry about that.
Oh, that's
My
okay.
laptop is connected to the Wi-Fi of the guest house at our apartment complex.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, so Anya Taylor-Joy, I feel like would be kind of cool. And then my last one is
Wait, did you see
Kate
Jake's
Blanchett.
comment here? They should have Dobby get free by Bellatrix pooping on his bed, giving him something.
And this is only in the
That's funny.
case in which Amber Heard plays Bellatrix.
Right. Exactly.
Yes, of course.
I'm sure she would agree to that.
Yeah, I'm sure she would. And then Kate Blanchett was my last choice.
Okay.
Seeing her like as Hela is what kind of did that for me.
Yeah.
Kind of my thoughts.
Okay.
Yeah. So those are my 4 picks for Bellatrix Lestrange.
Cool.
Okay.
Alrighty. Next is Cornelius.
Sorry.
Obvious.
Oh no.
Oh man. Next one. All right, Jake, you gotta stop. Oh, Audrey Plaza.
You gotta chill.
Audrey Plaza is good.
Oh, yo, she could do that. That'd be cool.
She's crazy. She's got that crazy feel to her.
Dude, she's nuts.
That's for real though. Yeah, I can see it.
Cornelius Fudge.
Cornelius Fudge. Yeah. So my first choice for this was Stephen Fry, who plays Mycroft Holmes in the Sherlock Holmes movies.
Oh yeah, I know who
yeah.
you're talking about. I could see that.
Yeah.
I could totally see that.
I thought I had him later on too as another choice, but no. Okay, never mind. No, yeah. So he'd be my first pick. I do have 2 picks for this one, but he's my first pick.
I just have one for this one. It's Hugh Bonneville. He's in. Look him up. He's in Downton Abbey. He's one of his main roles.
Yeah. Yep, for sure. Oh yeah, he'd be good.
Yeah.
He'd be really good.
I feel like he can pull that off.
Oh my gosh, yeah, he would actually be perfect.
Right?
Good choice, man.
That's a great pick.
That's a great one.
Thank you.
It's like we're doing the NFL draft for Harry Potter.
This is the only draft you need to watch.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
What about you, Bluey?
I don't have one for the rest of them. Just
Dang it.
Are
because
you serious?
I know, but I'm looking through as I.
Oh wait, sorry.
we go to
I
20.
did not say "Are you serious?" to you. I thought my Wi-Fi was misconnected. Sorry.
Are you serious, Bluey? No,
Dude.
I'm like researching as we're talking
Okay.
too.
Okay.
If you see me like look away,
Sure.
and if I see someone that sticks out, but I want to name 2 that I have that are early on the list because we might not get to them. Professor Trelawney. I've got Tilda Swinton.
I do
nice.
too. Same.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I
I
think
like
she'd be
that.
great.
She'd
And
be
then
perfect,
Dolores
yeah.
Umbridge. I've got Olivia Colman.
Me too.
Dolores Umbridge. I
My
did.
boys.
Yes. Dude,
I
she would
did
be
not.
perfect.
No, I did not
My
have
boys.
that. There you go.
That's what I got. So those are the 2 that I have that are not within the 20. But as you guys are
Easy
talking
W.
and I hear you, I'm gonna be looking up who you're
Dude,
saying
Olivia
and just see if
Colman
anybody
would
else.
be awesome as Dolores Umbridge. She would
Yeah.
kick butt.
Also, I did see a funny TikTok. I think a great Dolores Umbridge would be Hillary Clinton. Oh wait,
Yeah.
Jake just said it. Jake just said it
There
too.
it is.
That's
there
so
it
funny.
is.
I didn't even read his comment.
I could totally see
That's
that.
perfect.
Don't-
Man.
Yep. For
That's
sure.
A little bit of typecasting, but that's okay.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, but Tilda Swinton, no way. Yeah, Tilda Swinton is like perfect for Trelawney. She's got those like crazy
Yeah.
like.
She's
like,
got the
Yeah.
crazy.
She's
eyes
lost.
going.
She's lost.
Yeah.
You know, like yeah.
That'd be
for
cool.
sure.
I dig that.
Okay, so
I don't have anyone for Charlie.
okay, Charlie Weasley. I chose Cameron Monaghan, who is he's Joker in the Gotham show. He's also
Oh yeah,
the main character in Jedi Fallen
Last Order. Or Fallen Order. Yeah.
Yeah, so he'd be a good. Yeah, I think he'd be a good Charlie Weasley. we
Yeah,
don't-
I could see that.
yeah. Obviously, we're just going off of what the books are with Charlie Weasley. So, but I would assume they'd bring him in. I hope they do. But
Yep.
all right, next Argus Filch. This was a fun one. I have 2 picks for this.
As do I.
Okay, so my first pick is Steve Buscemi.
Oh wait, no, that's not mine. Sorry. Yes, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I think he'd be great.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. What's your first pick?
My first one is Mackenzie Crook, who is the guy who is missing an eye in Pirates of the Caribbean. He's got
yeah. That's funny.
who always like loses his eye.
Oh man, the next
That's
one's
good.
Flitwick. Oh great. Sorry, I hadn't thought about
So
that.
that's one of my 2
Flitwick.
for Filch.
Okay.
I think he would be good.
Nice.
All right, and my other one for Filch is Willem Dafoe.
Oh, cool. See, that's cool, but I feel like that'd be like such a waste.
It'd be a Wes Anderson Willem Dafoe though. Like it'd be like a he's like kind of weird. Like you know how he
Yeah.
plays his characters in Wes Anderson. That would be the way he plays it.
That'd be kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
My other one is David Schofield, who is also in Pirates of the Caribbean, but you have to look him up to recognize him. SCHO Field.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
So,
I
okay,
suggest
how
you
do you-
look him up. I think he's got a great look
What's his name?
for it. David
Schofield.
Schofield?
Yeah.
SCHO.
Yeah, he does have a great look. He does have a good look.
Yes.
He's a minor character in Pirates.
Yeah, he would be.
Um,
Yeah.
And I think he just has a great look for it. I think he'd kind of kill it.
He's an English
sure.
actor too.
Yep. Now, I wonder if we all have this. I wonder if you and I have the same
So
thing.
Flitwick, there's only so many choices here, right? And I was like, okay, so sticking with the rule, you can't pick Warwick Davis, even though he's like every midget in Hollywood in every movie. Right? They always
Yeah.
pick
Dang
him.
it.
And if it's not him, it's Peter Dinklage.
That's exactly who I put.
You pick. Okay, so I was like, I
And if
almost
it's
put.
not Peter Dinklage, it's got to
Well,
be Beetlejuice.
So, Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. What the frick? No.
What are you talking about?
I'm going
No.
for more diversity points.
Peter Dinklage. Yes. Peter Dinklage would not be a good Flitwick at all.
No, not at all. Not at all.
So-
But I just think it'd
Not
be
at all.
really funny.
I did some research. Big midgets, actor midgets in Hollywood.
There we go.
And I found a good one, actually. Martin Kleba, who plays the midget in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. He would be a great Flitwick. I mean,
How do
like,
you spell his last name?
Klebba. So, I was like, yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
right?
I like that.
Yeah.
That
I
would
like
be
that.
so fun to see.
Because, yeah,
That would
get
be good.
Peter Dinklage out of here. So,
Yeah, get him
yeah.
out.
Get him out. Get
I
him.
love it. I love it. I'm
So,
in.
Yeah, that was my guy. All right. This one was really fun. Peeves the Poltergeist. I looked up big midgets in Hollywood.
Now your wife's gonna look at your searches.
I'm gonna get canceled. Great.
Big
Um,
midget.
Big
It's an
midgets.
oxymoron, you
It
idiot.
I am Biggie after all, so.
That's
All right,
midget.
Peeves the Poltergeist. I chose Danny DeVito.
That's funny.
I thought he'd
like
be fun.
it.
I thought he'd be fun, you know?
Yeah, I chose Simon Pegg.
Oh yeah. He would be quippy as
I think
Peeves.
Simon Pegg would be fun to see in that character.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that was my one choice for that.
Okay. Yeah. DeVito could be
Um,
Flitwick.
who's-
I thought about that too, but I was like, nah. Yeah.
Who's that? Oh, let me see. I'm thinking of some.
So those were I did the first 20.
Yeah.
I have one more on the other list, and then 3 others that aren't on the list.
Okay.
Actually, that's not true.
I did the
That's
rest
not
of
true. I
them
have
because I
2
couldn't help
You did the
myself.
rest? Oh, I gotta hear it.
Okay. Okay, so I'll just go through them quickly then. Vernon and Petunia Dursley, I chose Michael Sheen and Kate Blanchett.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I thought they'd be good. Horace Slughorn, I chose Jonathan Pryce.
Who's that?
If you don't know who that is, let's see. What would he be?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. He's in Pirates. He's Keira Knightley's dad.
Yes. Yep. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I thought he'd be a good Horace. For Kingsley, I chose Idris Elba, obviously.
Yep.
Or I don't even know how to say his name, but Chiwetel Ejiofor, whatever his name is. He's the guy in Doctor Strange. The main villain in Doctor Strange.
Okay.
He
Yeah,
could
I
also
could see
be a
that.
Kingsley.
What about the guy who's gonna be playing Blade?
Um,
The guy.
Frick, what is
who's
his
also-
name?
Yeah, the guy's Hunger
He's
Games.
a good actor. Yeah, he's a good actor.
Wait, who is it? Sorry, who are we looking for?
The new Blade.
Mahershala
Ali.
Ma-
Mahershala Ali. Yep. Yeah, he's really good actually. Yeah, he could be a good one.
too.
So Tonks, I chose Mary Elizabeth Winstead, who
Who's
is
that?
she's in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. She's
Oh, is
gosh,
she?
what's her freaking name?
She's in Birds of Prey too.
She in Sky High.
Yes, she is.
Yes.
I think.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah, that's Sky High.
She is. Yes, she is. You're right, Jake.
She could be a good Tonks.
That's where she is. Yeah. She also Lily James, I thought would be a good one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think she fits that personality pretty well.
And then Trelawney
I had Tilda Swinton. Yeah, I mean she's perfect for that. Yeah, she is married to Ewan McGregor. Yep, you're right.
She is.
Mm-hmm.
Lucky.
Lucky here.
Would explain the Snape thirst too.
Of Dolores Umbridge, we talked about this.
Well, I actually have
had
different.
Olivia Colman.
I had a different one though. I have Myanna Buring, who, if you've seen the Witcher series, she's the main sorceress, the teacher sorceress, head sorceress.
Can you spell her name?
So it's Myanna, and then last name is Buring. I think she would be a good.
She looks like.
Yeah.
She looks like.
Oh, I know her
I'd marry
from.
Obi-Wan too.
She's in. Don't beat me for this, but she's in Twilight.
Yes, I think she is. I think you're right. Yep.
She's in Breaking Dawn.
I haven't even seen that far into it.
Part 1 and Part 2.
All right.
Sorry.
Just kidding. Tyler's just totally.
I'm excited. I do have one for this next one.
Okay, next one is Gilderoy Lockhart. So
Yep.
I chose Dan Stevens.
Okay.
If you've seen Downton Abbey, he's Matthew. Or if you've seen Emma Watson's Beauty and the Beast, he's the Beast.
Yep.
Nice.
He'd be perfect. He's got that like punchable smiling face, like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep,
I chose Sam Claflin, who is
He's in
Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Finnick Odair.
I almost put him there. Yeah, Finnick. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
He would
love
be
him
good too.
as that.
Look at his smile. I could also punch that face.
Yeah, he's got that smile. Next one is for the young people out there, I guess. Cedric Diggory. I put Joe Keery from Stranger Things. He's Steve from Stranger Things.
Oh yeah.
Joe
Cedric Diggory.
I can see that.
Yep. And the only reason I put Cedric Diggory on here is because he only becomes relevant as a older kid. So
you don't see him till 4 anyways.
Right. Yeah.
And honestly, he like was almost doppelganger of Robert Pattinson.
Yes.
I'd say.
Yeah.
You're right.
And he could pull that off well.
For sure.
River Phoenix. That's gosh, wait. River, that's so familiar. Oh, yeah. Joaquin Phoenix's brother, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Way too old.
Very old.
He's so old he's dead. Rip.
I was gonna say Joaquin Phoenix. I thought Joaquin Phoenix
joke.
might be a good Peeves.
Joaquin Phoenix? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got
he
the
just
laugh.
came to mind.
He's got the Joker laugh.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. I was thinking the Joker,
My
and I was
boy.
like, honestly, he'd be able to pull off like a funny but kind of spooky Peeves, like a very twisted Peeves.
Yeah. Next is Victor Crumb. I couldn't figure out who to put as Victor Crumb. I literally have no clue.
I got nothing.
Let him be a rando,
Yeah.
Fleur Delacour. I chose
There you go.
Florence Pugh for this one.
There you go. Okay, I could see that.
A little maybe too old, but who knows?
Not too bad. And the girl they had was a wimp. Played her as a wimp.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Plus, Florence is hot, so
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
we're
that does
appeasing
help.
Jake as well.
That's right. Madame Maxine, I put Gwendolyn Christie. She's in Game of Thrones. She's in some other stuff.
Okay, I want to look her up real fast.
I think she's in Star Wars, maybe.
Yeah, she's Captain Phasma.
Yes, you're right. Phasma, yeah.
Christy,
talk
you
about the
said?
series. Yep, Christy.
Don't know if I've seen any. Oh, apparently she's in Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1 and 2.
Oh, okay.
And she's in The Last Jedi?
Yes, she is.
She's Captain Phasma.
Captain Phasma.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah.
Chris
Sounds good.
Pine is James Potter. I think he's a little too old probably for James.
Yeah, definitely.
Also, kind of a waste of a big actor too, because
Yeah.
the Potters aren't in it that
Yeah.
much. Igor Karkaroff. Couldn't find anybody. Really struggled with this one.
You didn't look up your favorite like Russian or
Brooding.
Slovenian, Ukrainian actor?
I did, but I couldn't find anything.
You didn't look up Eastern Europeans to play Karkaroff? That was not
I
your
got
Google
one for this
search?
next one, and I wonder if we've got the same thing.
Professor Quirrell. Okay, maybe. I chose Andrew Scott.
So did I.
Nice. Yeah, he would be
Yeah.
great. And if
He
you've
would
seen
be-
Andy Serkis's Dobby,
That's what I actually
not
have,
a
guys.
bad idea. Actually, that's a good one.
Guys, I actually have
Yeah.
him down on my list as Dobby.
yeah, that's a good one.
Dude
And-
stole my thunder.
He could. Yeah, he could. Do,
Silly.
That
out here.
Dub does that. Dub
He does.
Dub does that a lot.
Yeah, Andrew Scott is Moriarty in the Sherlock BBC show. So
Yep,
he's,
that would
yeah,
be. I would love that.
he'd be great at like pretending like he's a good guy, you know.
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
Yep.
and then Barty Crouch Senior, I put Charles Dance in there.
Charles Dance.
Charles Dance, who we were talking about earlier.
Didn't we talk about him earlier?
Yes.
Yes, I had him as Mad Eye Moody.
Yes, that's right.
Give
I know you didn't have him on
Dobby
here.
the Spiegel
but-
voice.
Barty Crouch Jr.
Yeah,
What do you think of Tom Hiddleston?
Yeah,
Ooh.
Yeah.
like
I
that.
could see him following in David Tennant's
For sure.
footsteps
yeah,
on that.
I can see that.
Yeah.
definitely. Ludo Bagman, I put Chris Hemsworth because he likes to be.
To be honest, I don't even remember who that is.
He's in Goblet of Fire. He's the gamekeeper for the Ministry of Magic, I guess. Kind of. He was in charge of putting together the Triwizard tournament. He's
Oh, okay.
supposed
He's
to be
the
kind
one
of.
that gives
Yeah,
he gives Fred and George the idea to open a joke shop because he's a
Right.
jokester himself.
Is he in? He's not in the movies.
Nope, he's not. He's a book
No.
character, yeah.
Okay.
But he's kind of like a joke type character. You know, Chris Hemsworth would be able to do that, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
I agree.
yeah, Rita Skeeter, I put Natalie Dormer, who's she's
Yeah.
in Game of Thrones. She's
Yeah.
in some other stuff,
Yep.
but
She's in Hunger
He
Games.
did.
she's in Hunger Games. Yep.
Yep.
She's got that snotty, arrogant type. You know.
I always thought she would have made a good Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Well, at this point, anything would be better than
Anything
what we
would
got
be
for Captain
better.
Marvel.
You're right. So obviously that they they made it the Marvels instead of Marvel 2, Captain Marvel 2.
Yeah.
And then the last one I had Mr. Ollivander. I put Jeremy Irons.
Who?
Jeremy Irons.
Jeremy Irons.
You'd know him when you see him. But I think he'd be a pleasant.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that'd be
Ollivander.
fun.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my full list.
I love it.
Yes. Woohoo! Yay!
And let's be honest, I doubt we'll have gotten any of these right.
No, of course not. Of course not. Adam Driver will probably be Snape though.
Yeah. The other two things I put in here that I was gonna
Boo it.
mention was
Boo it.
one.
Just for you.
The other two things I put in here was yes, Andy Serkis as Dobby or Creature
He could be
Yeah,
both.
he would be a good house
Just
elf.
put him as both.
or both.
Both.
Yeah, I mean it's just gonna be
and-
just gonna be CGI anyways. So
And I have no idea where, but I'd love to see Christian Bale in there somewhere. Like
I was thinking that too. but I
make
didn't
him
know
like one of
where.
the maybe make him one of the centaurs in the Dark Forest
Well,
or something. I don't really
You
care what. Just
he'd be
put
a
him
good
in
Moody
there.
maybe. He could be.
you
a
saw
maybe
Love
Moody.
and
Moody?
Thunder. You saw Love and Thunder. I was thinking like that type of Christian Bale and what character he could play in Harry Potter. And so
Voldemort?
like looking through the list that we've got here, I was thinking like he could be on the dark evil side.
sure.
And I would love
Yeah.
to see that instead of like a good character.
Yeah.
So but I couldn't really place him anywhere on this list.
Yeah, because I thought about him
That we
too.
have.
He's one of the best
Yeah.
actors.
I just love to
currently
see
But I want
alive,
to see like the
so.
dark Christian Bale. You know,
Yeah.
I don't want to see Spy or Batman Christian Bale. I want to see
Yeah.
the God Killer.
Right. Yes. The
we
God Butcher.
barely even got to see.
Yes, I know. wasted opportunity.
Yeah.
But,
Wasted.
were there other ones you had on your list though, or is that
Nope,
it?
those were
That was
my
it?
extra ones I wanted to talk about.
We did it, guys. We accomplished something
And
great tonight.
honestly, at a perfect time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Audience, thank you for watching with us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sticking through.
Jake and Dilly
Jake
chatting.
and Dilly. I know Casey's out there. He's watching on Twitch. He's just
Yeah.
probably studying or something. So
I think
shout
this
out to
is our
Gummy.
biggest audience we've had actually. So
Really?
yeah. I think we had about
How
six.
big
And we
it
didn't
get?
even have
We had six
even
people
have
at once
Travis
watching,
or
What'd you say?
We had 6 people watching at once.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. How about that? Yeah.
It's a night for applauses.
It is. It is.
This has been the most poppin' YouTube has been for sure.
Yes, definitely YouTube for sure. Usually it's Twitch. Yeah,
Cool.
for sure. So.
Nice to see you or hear from you, Dilly. Haven't heard from you in like 4 years.
What a friend.
I mean,
Let's just
it's okay.
let's just talk about it right now on the podcast.
Yeah.
Tell us your
How
feelings
does that
about
make
Dilly.
you feel?
Well,
Oh, man.
thanks for
Okay.
coming. I miss you, Dryden. He says I
Miss
miss
you too, bud.
Yeah, this was fun. Thanks for
Yeah,
coming on.
thanks
man.
for having me
Nice-
on, guys.
Yeah, it's good
it
to
was
have
nice
you
to
back.
meet you.
Man.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you, Bluey. Hopefully we can do this again sometime.
It's too bad
Oh,
Zach
for
couldn't
sure.
join.
Yeah.
But
But
yeah,
we
we'll
probably would have been here till 11.
probably. Well,
It is.
no, not necessarily.
Oh, sorry.
It's
It
11
is
your
11 for
time.
me.
It's 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
my
Oh, right.
time.
I was like,
What's he talking
What do you
about?
mean?
But yeah, maybe we'll do a Marvel rant too next season. You can come on.
yeah.
So we'll see.
There
we'll
we
see.
go.
I mean, there'll be a lot more by that point. So, my
That's
cousin
true.
Trevor's in the chat.
There's Trevor.
There's Trevor. He joined.
Well, that was
Yeah,
great. If you guys ever want to
We
chat
will
about
chat.
more stuff, let me know.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm
Absolutely.
always here. And maybe sometime I'm in
Anything Harry
Chicago,
Potter.
if anything's coming out, we'll go talk about it.
For sure.
Absolutely.
But yeah, we'll end it there. Thanks for everybody who watched. Thanks for the chats. I see there's more activity going on in Discord server, which is great. So that's awesome. Keep talking in there. Go to our link tree. Follow us on all our socials. You can see them there at the top of the screen as well. And check us out on Twitch when we stream games. I think we might be streaming later tonight. I got to clean up the beer all over my everything right now. So I got
Yes, yes, Colleen, I got a perm.
Dryden, did you get a
I got the perm like a month ago because I had that same haircut I had in high school for about 8 years, and it was time to do something different.
time
And
for
doesn't he
something
look good? Doesn't he look good?
He looks great, yeah.
He looks great. He looks great.
So yeah, go check us out at all our places. And Tyler's trying. But we'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys.
I don't
And
even
tell
know what to
Colleen I
say.
said hi.
Next week is May the 4th. So you can guess what we're going to be
Ooh.
talking about next week. We
Lord
are
of
going
the
to be
Rings.
yes, you got it. We will be making a tier list for
Thanks, bud.
the Star Wars movies. So
Oh,
tune in.
Just movies or shows too?
we'll see.
We'll probably do shows too. There's not
Yeah.
that many total, so we'll probably get through it pretty quickly.
Yeah, we're not ranking them.
But
We're just putting them in tiers. So
Yeah, and we're gonna have
like the
ideas.
legendary
yes,
kind of.
S tier, A
S
tier,
tier,
something, yeah.
A tier,
Yep.
and then we're gonna have to fight for a place if it's a disagreement. We're gonna
Yes.
have a little bit. It's gonna break out into discussion
Let's do
if
it.
there's disagreement. So
You can leave,
Yeah,
sir.
no.
You take that,
We're gonna
that
actually
comment off
kick
of our
you out.
screen.
Yeah,
we're
I'm
gonna
gonna
actually
delete that
kick them out.
I can't. I can block
Get it out.
users on YouTube. Put user
Block.
in timeout. Yep.
That's so
Go to the corner.
So
Okay.
yeah, and we might have a special guest next week too. We'll see. 2 weeks in a row here, but
Oh.
Great.
we'll see.
Guest
But
podcast.
thanks for listening, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.
Adios.
Peace.